All right, yo, welcome back to the flip side, where we're flipping shit on his head every single time. So that's how we get down. And we got a special guest in the building. Some know him as Denver Sensei. He's a friend in the group that learns that shit you always wanted to know.
Yeah.
We got Lil Zach on the podcast. What's good?
Little Zach, Zach 2.
Zach 2. Zach 1, Zach 2.
Pretty much the modern day Alan Watts is in the building.
Yeah. So Zach does a lot of really, really cool shit. He's been learning about Chinese medicine the last few years, which is, I think, one of the sickest subjects you can learn about, just because we were just talking about it, but it encompasses so many different things. So we're definitely intrigued to like dive a little deeper. I've always like quizzed you on one-off questions, but it's gonna be cool like in a format where we're actually doing it and I'm not getting worked on. By the way, this man's made me feel better than any man in my life's ever made me feel no homo.
That was cute.
Appreciate that. Yeah. That's a good little intro right there.
This is the guy we send those you up texts to.
Yeah.
You up, bro? My back's hurting. If you know what I mean. Yeah, he's the man. He's in his last year of school, and this dude does some crazy shit. I got some shit in my ear right now.
Yep, we got the ear seeds. We got the boys
start-
hooked up with the ear seeds.
Talk into this more.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
You're
We
good.
can we can
Okay.
talk about, we can go from the fucking ear down, bro. Let's start at the ear.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you do with these fucking ear seeds.
Yep.
And then let's talk about your cupping and your acupuncture and all your needlework and your deep tissue massage and
Get through
your
the works and
and
shit.
all of your instruments and all your tools and all this shit that nobody knows about. So
and how it all works.
All
So
right.
we'll get into let's definitely dive through and go through the whole body. But like, how did you get into this in the first place? I feel like that's like what was the genesis for this whole thing?
especially because you came from Kalamazoo. So
You
how
came
did
from
that
Kalamazoo,
Came
Michigan.
from
Nobody knows even Chinese medicine's a thing over there.
Well, I came from
They know
fucking
about
Delta,
Xanax.
Michigan, the fucking sticks.
Chinese medicine? They're like, is that the coronavirus?
Like, get that out of here, bro.
That's that big.
But no,
They
so
started that virus.
it started with like a lot of my own personal health issues. So like a lot of digestive issues. My diet was like super like traditional Midwest, like meat, cheese, like no veggies, fucking straight with Zach, still like living on it, kicking on.
He's from Ohio, so
Yeah,
we let him do his thing.
But like, so with me, like,
I'm going to defend myself real quick and just say I have Crohn's disease and it makes it way easier on my fucking stomach to eat the way I do.
True. All right, my bad.
Meat only.
But anyways, so like with me, I just had a fuck ton of digestive issues, like constipation up the wazoo. Like I couldn't shit.
Literally
like,
up the wazoo.
Yeah, like could not shit. Like not good stuff. So like basically I was going to like the emergency rooms to get medical grade laxatives and like just got super tired of like just shitting my brains out and like running to the bathroom like to fix it. So started experimenting with my diet, started taking like a lot of holistic health classes and really just kind of immersing myself more in this medicine and like this modalities and learning as much as I could. And then
This was in Michigan still.
yeah,
learning
this
all
was like my undergrad, like my senior year of undergrad. So like
Okay.
kind of learned all this shit. And then so then I just started taking a bunch of holistic health classes and learned as much as I could. And then I graduated and fell into like a typical like sales job where it was like commission based and no, you're good. Just didn't want
You
to do
gotta
it.
hold it like a dick.
Yeah. You want to talk into like the very top of it. We've learned by
Yeah.
messing up 4 podcasts.
Gotcha.
So.
Dang. So I got to be like all up
glad
on this
this
shit.
episode's
You don't have to be too close on it. You just want to make sure you're like, when you're moving your head like this a little bit. Just,
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. If you
Close.
talk like this, it won't hear you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's weird.
Yeah, be right up on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, anyways, yeah, couldn't shit, not good. Started exploring different avenues because the Western med really wasn't it for me. So, yeah, long story short, had some people that like were teachers and I trusted who were in the holistic health field in Michigan and was like, what should I do with all this? Then did a bunch of soul searching and decided like, let's go all in for it. So then applied, got into the Colorado School of Traditional Chinese Medicine, and
Let's go.
here we are.
Yeah.
We're up in it.
How many years in are you?
So I'm 2 years deep. Got one more year to go. It's typically a 4-year program, but we're doing that accelerated
Yeah,
program.
he's doing that accelerated summer shit.
Yeah,
This motherfucker's grinding, going to class on Saturday and shit.
Yeah.
all the time, bro. That's all I do.
Love it.
That's sick.
But it's sick because you're
Yeah.
learning so quickly, and now it's like you're that guy in the friend group that's coming over before we have a party and literally like getting everybody straight. Like our chakras are aligned for a reason.
We're good over here.
That's why we're able to do the copious amounts of drugs.
Right.
all
Detox and now we're good.
they're all legal drugs too. I want to say they're all legal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Like we shotgun fit aids and shit.
Yeah. That's
That's
what I
how
meant.
woke we
Yeah.
are.
That's how woke we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, so it's super cool. There's a bunch of modalities in it. Like the most common one everybody knows or is more familiar with in the Western is obviously acupuncture, but this medicine encapsulates a bunch of different modalities. So like the ear seeds we were talking about earlier, like so I got them in.
I'm about to show the camera what
boys
these
all
ear
got 'em
seeds
in.
are.
I'll
Yeah.
walk up on them.
And before I let you get too far into some of the intricacies of it, if you had to break it down for people, like the difference between the sides of the medicine and why you chose to go more of this route compared to the Western route, what would that be for you and why?
Yeah, so as I kind of alluded to with that story, like the Western medicine just really wasn't like doing it for me. Like I wasn't seeing the results that like I wanted and hoped and would get. Like I was still like constantly like couldn't shit. So I was like, okay, so
Taking ibuprofen.
yeah, like it's just getting like band-aids, like short temporary
Sure.
fixes. And so
yeah, Pepto-Bismol. Oh my god.
so yeah, that's
So ratchet.
It's fucking heartbreaking. Jesus.
but yeah, so the Eastern and Western medicine, there's I mean, the ultimate goal is the same, is to help people and get everybody better. But the avenue in which to get there is different. So with Eastern medicine, it's a holistic medicine. It looks at the entire body and presentation of the person in addition to the environment, what they're eating. Jeez, the high moon.
That's what happens when you put poison in your body.
Yeah,
instead.
it's like, get out of here.
Now you're
yes.
talking about all this conscious shit.
It's like, yeah, how woke are you, bro? You fucking. But yeah, so it looks at the entire body. It's like I said, the holistic medicine. So we look at what is the root cause of it versus, like I was talking, I think with Brian earlier about like eye problems. So like you go to an optometrist, you go to an eye specialist. It's a very industrialized way of looking at the body. So we separate everything into individual components, and it has no correlation with anything else in your body. It's just we are focusing on the eye, and that
person studies literally just that one part
literally
of the
just
body.
that eye,
They
and
don't
like
understand the connection of everything.
Yeah, and
even
like
though everything's connected inside of
literally,
us.
like yeah. So like yeah, they'll become super knowledgeable at that one particular aspect of the body, but in my opinion, it's like putting a Band-Aid on it. It's that I guess that's more pharmaceuticals, but anyways, yeah. So it just looks at like an individualized, broken down, and holistic health looks at the
It's
whole
not getting to
body
like the
and-
true root of the problem too, because
Yeah.
a lot of the things you do is like analyzing, hey, this is fucked up. Why is this fucked
Yeah.
up? What's the bigger underlying issue here?
Yeah. One of my instructors, something I think about a lot is differentiating what lies at the root of the condition versus what needs to be treated. So it's that roots and the branches. You have to differentiate what is actually causing this, what's at the root of the issue, but you also have to give the person relief. And like to truly fix the root, it takes time. So like if you also address that branch as well, it gives people the opportunity to see that change and feel that change, builds that confidence, that risk factor lowers, and then people are more willing to accept
Yeah,
it.
and they can grow more.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I mean, and it also takes a lot of time for people to like, once they start to experience or know that there's a problem, it's been developing for so long.
Yeah.
I'm sure it takes, from your guys' perspective, a long time to, undo what just happened.
It's like a general is like 1 month of consistent work for every year that you've had
Yeah.
Oh,
that,
wow.
that presentation.
Yeah.
So like it takes
Damn.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's insane.
Yeah, 'cause you have to
it
undo
takes
the
time.
problem
Yeah, exactly. You have to
and
work.
trick the body to do something different.
Yeah, you just got to peel back those fucking layers like one at a time. And the body will only let you go so deep, and you only learn so much like the first time with someone. So once you pull back a layer and treat that, something else is going to probably manifest and pop up. And then, yeah, you just slowly work back till you get to that root foundation. And then ideally, I don't want to see someone their whole life. Like ideally, I'm helping them find that synchronicity, that homeopathic state, that balance and everything like that, and then I empower them. I give them tools to where they can make changes in their own life, and they don't need to see me their whole life. Like they get that power back in their health and their life, and
Give them that understanding of, hey, this is why XYZ is happening. Like I ask you every single time, this is where I'm tense at. This is what's happening. This is how my life's going. You're like, you probably shouldn't do XYZ. Like I remember that first time when you were like first starting school, I think a couple of years ago.
Oh, and you gave us the sheet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
gave
up
us
at your
the
parents'
sheet.
house,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're like, stick your tongue out. Let me look at your tongue. Let me look at your eyes. Let me look at your ear. And like you were like letting us know, hey, introduce more of these foods. Take out some of these foods.
Yep.
You're going to be in a more balanced state.
High
because of
acidity
it.
diet.
Wow.
Yep. Yeah,
that.
Amazing.
which is another cool thing. So this medicine also talks or touches on like nutrition and what we eat and everything. Because I mean, that's huge. Like, gut health is super huge, like your overall presentation. And so this medicine doesn't talk about properties of foods in this traditional Western sense with like proteins or saturated fats or like all that stuff. It talks more about like the energetic properties of it. So is this food cooling? Is it warming? Is it pungent? Is it bitter? And those different characteristics correlate to different organs, and then they introduce properties that we want to enact inside the body.
Those are like, in all those words you just said are like things I don't even think of when I'm eating food, like pungent, like savory. Like I don't think about those things.
Yeah, it's definitely a different way to look at food. And KK's mentioned that a couple of different times. She was like, dude, like the way you look at food is so much different now, and it really is, because like I see food as a necessity and a healing aspect, and a very prominent one at that. 'Cause I mean, if someone comes to see me like for treatments, like I maybe 2 times a week, they're going to get needles and their treatment. And then, for herbs, they may do that 2 to 3 times a day, but versus what we eat daily, like people are having 3 to 5 meals a day. So like what we put in our body on that consistent, regular basis is so much greater compound effect than what I can do by myself. So that's why this is an empowering medicine and giving back, so that way the people know how to stay in alignment and stay harmonized with themselves.
I can resonate with that, because I haven't been to the doctor in like 6 years. And anytime I'm sick, I just look up like holistic practices to cure whatever illness I'm feeling. If I have a stomach ache or a headache, or if I feel like my sinuses are clogged or whatever, I'm feeling weak, I'll just supplement for whatever it is. So I feel like food 10 times out of 10, and maybe I'm just lucky, like some people just don't get sick.
You guys remember when Brian cured coronavirus with duck wings?
And like fucking in like 4 hours I cured that shit.
That's one of those uncut episodes too.
Dude, but the amount of shit that I took that day before the duck wings, like insane. I went crazy because I thought I was getting sick. So I just supplemented with a bunch of different shit, probably like 10 or 12 different things. And then I felt good like the next day. So I've never been a big person on like taking medication. Even when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, like I didn't take the amoxicillin. Well, I didn't take 80% of the amoxicillin, and I didn't take any of the oxycodones, and I was good to go in like 3 days, So like, I feel like food is definitely the best like resource to make yourself better, or just like planning your nutrition so well enough to where like, if you do get sick, your body's not going to react as harshly as it would for someone else who's not as healthy, because you've planned, for that moment when you do get sick.
I agree. Yeah.
Do you find a lot of people come to your modality or your style of like medicine after like getting like fed up with Western?
100%. That's like
Yeah,
95% of people. It's like,
because they probably go to the fucking doctors and they're like, they don't know what to tell me, or they don't know what's going on, or like,
they say, hey, take this,
take that, take this, and
you need to take this every day
for the rest of your life.
2 a day for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah,
like,
that's such a bad way to look at it. And I mean, obviously, that's a huge product of capitalism, and I think it's a big problem in the Western world because of capitalism. Is, hey, if we're a doctor's office or we're a medical facility, we need to create reoccurring revenue. How do we do that? We give these people something, a Band-Aid fix that makes them feel better from it, but it's also, you got to take this every day the rest of your fucking life and have to keep buying it.
And then they drive off in a Maserati.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, sometimes it feels like it also makes the condition worse. Like that's how I ran into this medicine. I felt like, just like you did, they're like pinpointing or diagnosing what's wrong with you, and then prescribing a medication without educating you on what it is. And they make you feel trapped because of the lack of education.
Yeah. You're not empowered when you leave that
nobody
doctor's
knows.
office.
And it's kind of fucked up because you're going to them as like the authority figure,
like,
and they're giving you this thing, and it's like not even the fucking real solution. It's like, you look that shit up on Google, bro. Like,
I saw you. I seen your glasses, those blue lights.
It bounced right off, dude. You don't even know what's wrong with me, do you?
They were looking at the commission payout for each fucking thing.
like, what's the most profitable thing for leg soreness?
I'm really trying to go to
This is
Dubai
it.
next month. Shit.
Guys-
It's fucked up. That's some real shit though. That happens a lot. There's a lot of people right now that are in trouble for doing a lot of this shit. Like,
Yeah, for real. It's
Not
crazy.
good.
No, it's
and it's crazy, dude. All you got to do is just take care of yourself. Like, get your blood flowing, eat
Exactly.
good food,
Literally.
wake up in the morning,
That's
get
what we've
good
been
sleep.
saying about the coronavirus too. Is just like, hey, we're talking about all these different ways to prevent it. It's like the most important thing is take your fucking vitamins, eat healthy food, and fucking be
Get
physically
outside.
active
Yeah,
and fucking
literally.
build up your immune system. That's how you fucking fight off the coronavirus.
Yeah, and also
Literally.
have the
Yeah.
election, and then once that's over,
I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I want everybody who's watching this right now to go Google the coronavirus numbers.
Taylor, that's why I said what I did.
Bro, this shit is fucking hilarious. Dude, this chart looks like Taylor's poker chart. Look at those numbers, bro. There's not even 1,500. There's probably 1,600 cases total today checked. Biden's been in office for one day.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm really happy.
Pull that up on the screen.
I'm really happy that we can like look past this whole 1,400 cases. I'm really happy that we can look past this and like move on with our lives for sure. But I do find it pretty bizarre that like in the middle of winter, during flu season, when our immune systems are weaker now more than ever, the virus has decided to leave as Donald Trump exits the building.
Rides off into the sunset.
Yeah.
And then some people will say, well, it's because people are getting the vaccine. It's like, I know a lot of people that haven't gotten this vaccine, and there's like 80% of the country that still hasn't gotten this vaccine yet because they rolled it out to the elderly and then healthcare workers.
Yep.
And I know Andrew Schultz was just talking the other day in his podcast. He was talking about getting the vaccine for his wife or something because they like needed it for something, and they have to wait at least 60 more days to get it. Yeah. So it's like if
I seen something on CNN at the gym. I just seen the headline, but they said they're trying to get 100 million people the vaccine in the next 100 days. So that's like that's a third of America.
Count me out, partner.
Yeah,
you're not one of the third.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's not talk about COVID too much.
Yeah. Fuck COVID.
But what I find cool about this whole thing is the fact that people have got fed up with the medical system. People don't believe in it. It's very similar to the education system where it's less and less belief in what actually is happening, and people are like awakening to the truth. So more and more people are turning back to Eastern medicine and Chinese medicine and learning about a lot of these things. So it's an exciting time to be learning about it. I'm sure from your perspective, it's because so many people, like when you tell them what you do, they're like, what? Like drop some fucking knowledge on me.
It's funny because like most people, when I tell them I practice or study traditional Chinese medicine, they're like, yeah, so what's that mean?
Yeah.
What that is.
Would that be?
Do you find like you have to undo some of like what Western medicine's done to a person too when they come to you? Like I feel like sometimes that could cause more damage on top of the issue and like it elongates somebody's recovery time. Is that a pretty common thing for you guys?
So it's tough because it's not my position or education to advise people on pharmaceutical drugs or Western modalities of health. That's not my forefront, right?
He's like Adidas and that's Nike.
Yeah. So it's like I can't
wear that
recommend
shit,
somebody to stop doing that. But I can certainly help combat whatever side effects that they're experiencing based off maybe like a pharmaceutical or like post chemo, like things like that for sure. Definitely help out with. Yeah.
Is there ever cases that you see where you think they still need like some sort of pharmaceutical treatment that they can't cure it 100% naturally?
I don't know. I don't know if I've been in practice or like seen enough people to like to see that. I do know. I mean, I don't know. It kind of depends on who you ask and like I don't know their level of knowledge. There's some very advanced herbalists with Chinese herbal medicine that will create formulas that help greatly with combating the effects of cancer.
Wow.
And like breaking up like all that stagnation and like kind of ridding the body of all that. So I mean, it's hard to say. I mean,
it's also probably case to case.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And it depends on that person's mind state, how they've taken care of themselves, their willingness to want to get better. I think a lot of it too is like belief.
Yeah,
the individual too.
And like they're willing to accept this medicine as well and like put validity in it because they have
trust.
Yeah, because if they in their back of their mind think like, oh, like this medicine isn't gonna work, like blah blah blah, even though they're getting like frequent treatments, their level of like return on that, instead of being up here, if they believed it will be down here, like they'll still get relief from it. But like if you're thinking in the back of your mind, like this isn't going to do shit, like guess what? Like it's also not going to do shit.
These people got to watch The Matrix.
Yeah, for real.
You got to watch The Matrix. I just watched it this week and I'm like so fired up.
It's a dope movie. Well, I mean, they've done studies with like placebo effects too, like where they give people like the sugar pill and the people the actual medicine. And like, you know, sometimes with the people with the sugar pill have better results in it. I mean, that also does come down to the mind state, but obviously medicine does communicate with the body as well.
I think this is the next step though, because you should dive into like how the ear is how the ear corresponds with the rest of the body.
Yep.
What you were talking about with me earlier with about the star.
Yep.
Like explain how like all of this stuff like intertwines and how even though obviously the body's connected, explain how different parts in the body connect with other organs and functions in the body.
For sure.
Because this part's super fascinating and hard. It's hard to digest.
Yeah.
It's hard to think.
It's a lot. Because it's definitely completely different than like our traditional Western paradigm of like how our body works. And like the Western paradigm is like not wrong. This is just a different paradigm, right? This is just a different way to understand and look at the body. So with traditional Chinese medicine, Eastern medicine, it works a lot, of course, with the physical body, but also works with like the energetic body, the metaphysical aspect of it. And in this medicine, there are 12 primary channels, all correlating to your primary organs, like your lung, your heart, your bladder, your gallbladder. All of that good stuff has its own primary meridian that circulates through the body. Each channel has a different like meridian pathway that it takes. So like your lung starts right here. I guess I don't know if people watch this or not or listen more so, but anyways, it starts like
well,
right
they
here.
only have one option right now.
Okay, well, solid.
Because these fuckboys.
All right, well then yes, like the lung starts right here, comes up and like wraps down, and then goes like down right here, and then but in addition to the primary channels, there are like sinew channels and like it's called a low and a divergent. So there's like 4 channels for each primary meridian, and then there's like extraordinary. Anyways, that's going into like the nuances of it. But basically, your entire body has like these tunnels or roads that energy chi is like what this medicine talks a lot about. But it has these pathways that energy flows throughout your body. They encapsulate all your body, and then we can put needles in certain points that elicit different benefits to the body and help regulate. And basically, when I put a needle into a certain place, I'm putting like an intention, a suggestion into that body to enact that action of that point to self-regulate the body. I'm not healing. I'm offering suggestions to the body for that to self-regulate and
You're like
self-heal
poking at me,
itself.
like, hey, wake up.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I'm like, hey. Yeah. Good morning.
You've been asleep for a while, buddy.
Do some shit.
Yeah. So there's like over 350 standard like acupuncture points. Each one kind of enacts a different action on it. There's a lot of combinations that you can do to enact certain things, and it's a lot of fun once you start to understand like the actual points, and like once you learn all like the locations and the like their actions and all that stuff, then you just become like a kid and like you get to like have a bunch of fun and like,
experiment on
experiment and like what combinations is gonna elicit the best effect for like this anxiety patient or whatever it may be. So yeah, it's super fun in that sense.
And you're always innovating it too. Like I notice every single time you've done work on me, it's been a different routine. It's never been the same.
So go into how the ear works with that, with these seeds.
So the ear in itself is a microsystem, and there's in this medicine, a bunch of microsystems within the bodies. And the microsystem is basically just the body within the body.
The control center, essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So a very common one that acupuncturists use, and there's actually like some people that just do like straight auricular like needling and acupuncture, and that's solely what they do for their treatments. I'm not one of them, but anyways, so the ear, like I was kind of saying, it's a microsystem. So it's an inverted fetus or an upside down fetus, with the lobe being the head of it, the anti-helix coming up right here being kind of the spine, and then it splits off into the hand and then the feet. And then in these little guys, like these parts where like you scratch and stuff, those are called the concha. So the top one is called the Simbaconcha, and the inferior one or the lower one is called the cavum concha. That's where all your internal organs are going to be. So that's going to be like your heart, your digestive tract, spleen, lungs, all that good stuff. So there's a couple different ways that you can go about, treating using this microsystem. Super common one is what I hooked the boys up with. That was the ear seeds, and those are basically just little Vicarian seeds, which are Vicarian seeds, like a Chinese herb that helps promote circulation. It's a blood mover, and so we place these ear seeds on particular points to enact certain benefits
increase
of
blood flow.
Yeah, to increase the blood flow. And why we can do this is the ear is super invigorated with all these nerve bundles and stuff like that. So like a super common one or a very prominent one is the vagal nerve. And so we can put a point on that, which the vagal nerve really helps with like our sympathetic state, our rest and digest, all that good stuff. Or parasympathetic state, rest and digest, parasympathetic. Anyways, so yeah, because it goes all of our, internal organs, the heart, the lungs, the digestive. So we can put these ear seeds on this point to help promote circulation, help continue the effects of a treatment afterwards, all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a cool analogy to look at the ear as a fetus and the way you broke it down. That was
It's an upside down baby.
yeah.
Upside down
I didn't
baby.
catch that. We've never had that conversation
It
before.
looks like it too when you look at it.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah.
like, while you're pointing,
You're just
through,
looking
I
at
was
my
like,
ear and
that's
stuff.
why I was
Yeah.
looking at it. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn, I see it.
Yeah, it's pretty wild actually.
Look at that little guy.
A little baby chilling.
It actually works too. Like it's not. We've done this 5 or 6, 7 times. I always feel good after. Maybe it's
Yeah.
because we have a good session where the cupping or the acupuncture,
Oh,
the deep tissue
Bro,
massage is
it's
good.
like letting
But
so
I can
much
feel,
tension. Yeah.
I can feel like
Yeah.
within days, like what's going on, and I just feel more relaxed in a sense. More, I don't know, just not necessarily in control of my emotions, but my emotions don't spike. It's different.
Yeah, you
It's cool.
feel you feel more in control, more balanced, more able to like react instead of like or respond instead of just like react right away.
Yep.
I feel a lot more, especially with the cupping too, but like a lot more blood flow, like openness in my joints too. And obviously like, that gives me a lot more vitality and energy throughout the day because obviously like the blood is like your life force and carrying all the nutrients and everything around. So like that's one huge benefit. Do you kind of want to go into like are there other like microsystems like the ear that you want to talk about, or do you want to go into the benefits of some of the
sure.
cupping?
Let's do it after this break.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
guys
say
want
we're
to talk
probably
We
about.
have
good.
4 minutes.
Okay,
I was
solid.
saying we're probably cutting it close.
We have 4 minutes.
Are there more things like the ear?
The tongue, eyes, hands. There's a bunch actually.
Let's go. Let's break them all down.
All right, okay.
Let's break down. On the breakdown.
All right, Taylor, a little freestyle. Let's go. Let's kick it.
Yo, I'm sober as fuck and I'm freestyling on the pod. Your bitches came through and they just want to cock.
Hey,
I got some little pebble rocks for balls. Damn.
What a roast on
Damn.
me.
They wanted the dick, but I couldn't even get it up.
Jesus. Hey, do not cut this. Do not cut this. They wanted the dick, but I couldn't even get it up. Why you think I drive a big
That's
Ford
why I
truck?
hollered at- That's why I hollered. That's why I hollered at Zach to come through for the Cubs.
Give me some blood flow somewhere, please.
gang, gang.
gang, he said. It's a high noon, bro.
I knew he's got this dude sloppy.
Love it.
Your girl came through from sloppy fucking toppy.
Came through, she was calling me Poppy.
Damn. Poppy Chulo.
Ooh, you already know.
You're my old, but I got a couple new hoes. Damn. What are you doing, buddy?
No fucking clue. He's like, I want to be in the shop though.
You want to chill?
I just want
Choo choo.
Bum 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 ba-dum. Bum 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 bum
Taylor, what are you
bum.
hitting tomorrow?
Weed.
Fuck, bro.
That's some good shit.
I've just been wanting to smoke before I work out.
I've just been wanting to smoke after I work out.
Really? I wanna
It feels
do
weird.
before,
It
not only
feels
before.
weird doing the podcast sober. I'm always high.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm sober most of the time.
Shit. Speak for yourself, brother. I've been high every episode except 2.
All right, so you go into that system.
All right,
The
so
next
yeah,
system.
so the body has a bunch of microsystems bunch of microsystems that we can kind of play with. A big one that is used often for diagnostic help is the tongue. So maybe I'll just have you stick out your tongue 'cause it's hard for me. So if we look at the tongue, on the tip of the tongue is correlated to the heart. Just behind that is going to be your lungs. In the middle of it is going to be like your digestive spleen.
No wonder girls
stomach.
love it when you eat them out. Because you're giving them your heart.
I'm giving them my heart.
I've seen
That's
Zach.
right.
Zach's made that same face to me before.
He's not wrong. I wish he was lying. But it's fucking true.
And then in the very back is going to be your kidneys, and then on the sides is going to be the liver and gallbladder. And then when we use that for a microsystem and for like diagnostic purposes, we look at a bunch of different things. So like the color of the tongue, the body shape, if there's cracks or deviations anywhere on it. Then we look on the bottom of it, the sublingual veins that go up through it, and we look to see if those are distended or dark or anything like that. And then all those different colors and shapes and all that good stuff.
Yo, there's got to be someone listening that's like, how the fuck do you figure that out?
Yeah.
Literally though.
Yeah. And
How do you guys know that that's how it is or how it works?
So a lot of it is through like empirical knowledge, like that has been used or found through practice and study. This is depends on what source you go to, but thousands, between 2,000 and 5,000-year-old medicine. So there's been a lot of time for trial and error.
It's way older than Western medicine, is it
100%.
not? Yeah, that's what I was about to bring up.
And think about how bored people were back in the day. Like 2,000 years ago, you didn't have cell phones, you weren't doing anything. You were just looking at each other's tongues like, why is that? Take a note.
Yeah, right.
What should we call it? I don't know, a tongue. Okay. Yeah, for real. That's right.
That's
It was all mindfulness, self-discovery, and then
You had a lot of
trial
time.
and error.
You had a
Yeah.
lot of time. To
Yeah.
fucking focus
levitating,
on this
building pyramids and shit with
Yeah.
your fucking third eye or something.
You're on some crazy shit back
Yeah.
then, man.
If
Damn, you're right. I didn't really
could
think
you
about
coach somebody who's like, maybe they're listening to the podcast right now and they're like, well, I want to know what the fuck I can learn from my tongue right now. Like, could you,
100%. Yeah.
could you give them some basics
Yeah,
right now?
yeah. So, okay. So the first thing you kind of want to look at is just the overall color of it. And so you just like stick it out, like not forced or anything, just like nice and easy, relax. You stick out your tongue. And then, so if
Zach's is way redder than yours.
Yeah, so Zach has more heat in his body than I do. So he's hotter as a person internally.
He eats
he
meat.
runs more.
You don't eat
You are
meat.
pretty
I don't
hot.
eat meat. Yeah,
So that's probably a big reason.
mean,
that is that. Yeah,
I run hot all the fucking time, dude.
Yep.
Like, I have to sleep with the window open, so now I know.
yep.
Yeah.
So
I like to sleep with
Yours
the
is
window
like
open
more
too.
blue. What color is mine?
mine or his. Yours is decent color, a little red on the side and tip, a little digestive.
A little red on the
deficiency.
tip.
A little red on the tip, boy. But yeah, so look at the color. That's a great place to start. If it's redder, typically more heat in the body. If
Is
it's,
that good or bad?
I don't really think it's good or bad. It
Okay.
just means it's not in harmony though. A little excess heat. It means we just gotta cool you off a little bit, basically.
Yours
Dude,
is
you
like,
gotta mix in
yours-
some fucking vegetables, bro. We were talking.
What about
get
yours?
there.
Though? Stick yours out again. Yours is like almost like has like a tint of blue on it, bro. What's that mean?
That's probably my high moon that
Oh.
I'm drinking right now. But like blue in general is typically like
Cold, right?
a cold pattern. Yeah. And
And
then
he doesn't eat meat, so that's definitely a big
Yeah.
reason.
so like yeah, that it is, and that could in this medicine. And obviously I'm vegan, so like I kind of disagree with a lot of this, but and like historically, like eating the meat is like a big tonification of like the blood. So like people that are plant based are typically like blood deficient.
Yeah.
And not like anemic, like in like the Western sense, just like not that intense. Like
Yeah,
you're not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
die or anything, but a big like a lot of people that. I mean, that's probably why my tongue's a little bit paler as well, because I don't eat meat.
Yeah.
And like, so a blood deficiency aspect will present with like a paler tongue. So like if you see a girl have her stick her tongue out like while she's like menstruating, while she's on her flow, her tongue will be probably pale as fuck.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
So when you
with you, I have a good question. Do you have a
Yeah.
good question?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, with blood deficiency, does that mean like you just have less of it in your system, or
Yeah. So
It's just the temperature, probably.
yeah, it's not, so it's not as like finite as like the Western like anemic sense of it. It's not like, I mean, if you did have like a physical blood loss, like trauma and like lost blood, then yeah, you would be considered blood deficient. But I mean, like, it's not to that intense, to that extreme. I don't really know how to fully answer it. This medicine has a lot more like arbitrary, like not finite, like black and white kind of stuff. So it's not like, oh, you're anemic, like you're gonna die or anything like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So, why are you vegan?
So this kind of goes back to, so it stemmed first when I had like the digestive issues, like the constipation really bad. So yeah, when I didn't want to keep taking the laxatives all the time, in addition to like kind of going to holistic health, I started experimenting with my diet like a lot during then. At the time I was doing like the Ty Lopez 67 steps, like the personal development. And he was talking about his brother and how he like always was doing like these different diets, and like he was a fruitarian, like he was a vegan, he was a vegetarian, like doing all these things just to see what works best for him personally.
Yeah.
And like, so that's, I was like, well, I mean, my digestion sucks. Like, what do I got to lose basically? So started experimenting with it, and like went a little bit more like clean, cut out like some red meat and stuff like that, and was like,
what was your diet like at the very start of this? So like when you're having all these digestive issues, are you eating fast food a lot? Or are you eating like a semi-clean carnivorous diet?
I mean, like all the meats were like local, or like my dad shot, or like we got like from our like friends, like
like venison style.
Yeah. So I mean, it was like lean, clean, like meat and stuff like that. But I mean, it was like meat and cheese and like some dairy, like ice cream. Like I would have ice cream every single night and shit like that. Like it wasn't a clean like diet. Like it wasn't.
It was that
good.
Kazoo diet, bro.
Yeah, it was straight Kazoo.
What was that rat place that opened up? It was like Two Brothers
Mena's?
or two
Meta Burger.
Mena's, and then Two Fellas.
Two Fellas. Yeah, that
Two
was
Fellas.
like the greasy place.
Bro, that shit
yeah,
was so fucking
that
good.
shit slapped though.
Dude, the Kazoo diet will fuck you up, dude. I tell you what.
Yeah,
They'll
that's
just
true.
shove anything in a burrito and feed it to you.
Yeah, for real.
Bro, those places are
Like
crazy.
you want some Cheetos with
Well,
these
fucking-
tater tots?
We're
Like,
gonna
yeah,
put
that's gonna
mac
be
and
good.
cheese bites, Cheetos, and some Fruit Loops in a burrito, and you're gonna like it.
Everybody was
And
so
then,
fucked
and then
up
we
if
hit
you
a
were there.
squirrel on the way here, and we're gonna throw it in there too.
Probably a good idea today.
Yeah.
Especially on the day, boys and
Yeah.
girls.
Dude, that's why those Kazoo kids are acting up, bro.
Yeah, for real though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so started experimenting with it, and then went.
Wait, can I ask a question too? Outside
yeah.
of the diet, were you like maybe like you mentioned you were an undergrad? Was it your senior year? Were you experiencing a lot of stress too? What was like the mental
for
state
sure.
like too?
Mental state. I didn't really give a fuck about like my undergrad. I was gonna drop out, honestly. Like,
Okay.
I got to my junior year, and like I was growing like mad weed with some friends. We were planning on opening up like a commercial like grow up in Michigan. This was right when like legal grows were starting to like become available to people. So like I was basically like telling my parents like I'm about to drop out of school and start growing weed full time. Like full on.
Your parents.
Well, I mean, I was already
Right.
growing weed, and like they knew about it. Like I had my med card.
My
like,
mom would have
we-
slapped me with a Bible if I
My
told her
parents
that.
weren't very happy. Like it was definitely like
You're
a
dropping
like
out
are
of
you
school to sell-
shitting
grow
me?
weed?
Yeah.
So it was funny.
I'm gonna take you to church right now.
because the conversation was like,
You're gonna
like all
talk
this,
to Pastor Eric.
all- but yeah, the conversation like I had with him to segue into that was like all like the small talks, like how's all this shit going? Then I was like, yeah, so I think I want to get my med card like for like weed and stuff. They're like, oh okay, and I was like, yeah, and I also want to grow it. And me and my friends, we're gonna have 72 plants, and we already have like a
Damn.
master grower and like all this shit kind of in the process. But anyway, so yeah, I did have some stress, but I didn't really give a fuck about like my undergrad, honestly, that much.
So do
You
you
were
think?
smoking weed all the time.
That was super chilled out, bro.
Yeah, that part covered.
Well,
day-
I was
one
thinking
day I'm
more
gonna
that's
grow
like
this shit.
stress from like not being able, like his body not functioning the way
Yeah.
he wanted it.
There's
to.
definitely a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of like, a lot of that, like worry and just like
It
unknowing.
compounds too, though.
It definitely does.
Yeah.
And, like the body holds all onto that. Yeah,
So, do a majority of your instructors, are they vegan too?
no, majority of them are not actually.
Really? So what is your, so this for you is a personal thing. It wasn't
Mhm.
an energy thing. I've met some people that are into Chinese medicine that say like, I don't want to eat animals because that energy is transferred
Energetics.
from
Yep.
that
Well,
animal
I
to
agree
you
with
and like
that
all
as
this
well.
kind of stuff.
I agree with that
Yeah.
as somebody that eats meat every single
Yeah,
day. I agree.
agree.
with
That was like
that
what kind of
principle.
pushed me to go from like vegetarian
Well,
to vegan though. Was
Count
like
me in on the fucking dark side then.
yeah,
This shit is great. I can't justify how good I feel every day
yeah.
since
And-
I stopped being vegan.
That's
Yeah, same.
that is true. And like I was kind of saying, like different diets work for different people, and it's like
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah,
it's like
that
body
is
type
also
and like
true.
our ancestral of like where we came from and all that good stuff. And so what may work for some people, may also not work for other people.
Yeah.
But,
So you don't hate it. You don't think that it's a bad thing.
I don't think it's ideal, and I think my personal belief, I think the human race is progressing, evolving to a place where we're gonna kind of be on a more plant-based diet, and then probably evolve past that to where like we're breatharians and shit. But
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's a
Whoa.
real breatharian dude.
There
They-
are,
I
yeah.
watched this
Brian
dude.
said he hasn't talked to him in a while.
Dude, I had a
Brian
client.
said he died.
I had a client.
he's gone, bro.
He's gone with the wind, literally.
dude, that's a big fact. I had a breatharian client for like
Yeah.
3 weeks,
Yeah.
and then he disappeared out of thin air, bro.
Like, yo, what's going on?
We're breathing them right now as we speak.
Yeah, dude, this guy just disappeared out of nowhere, and he was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He was crazy off the get-go. We were like, all right, fuck it, whatever. This is like one of our first ever clients, so he's like one of our first 5. We were like, whatever, fuck it. We're a startup. Like, we're not gonna say no. We got to do this.
We're
Like, we
taking
don't have a
everybody.
choice. We'll take the breatharian fucking sign him up.
Yeah.
Nobody else wants him.
No one else wants. No one else
be on
wants to
our
work
team.
with this guy.
All right, we'll take him.
News Bears squad.
Dude, and he didn't have any money either, so I was like, all right, what can you do? And he was like,
No money, no food. What else this guy got in the gym?
He was like,
breath.
he was like, can you do PayPal? And I was like, all right, fuck it. And I was like, how much money can you put down? He was like, I got like $400. So we signed up this dude. Our normal rate's like $2,000 a month. We signed up this dude on $400 through PayPal because he didn't want to put a card down.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, all right, whatever, fuck it. Like, I don't know what you're budgeting for. It's not like you got to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, right. You're good on that.
And he was super left field, like
Yeah.
fucking out there, bro. But
Yeah.
I don't understand. It's like he said that he gets his nutrients from the sun and that's it. And he doesn't do anything else.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
doesn't drink
D.
anything. Just
Sun doesn't come out
Wait,
one day,
yeah.
you die.
Yes, shit, like deteriorating.
and he was super
Living
skinny.
in like
He would-
Portland, like the sun never comes out
you
here.
couldn't do that shit in Portland or Seattle.
yeah, he was super skinny too. It was,
Yeah.
I would never do that shit.
I'm sure Mount.
Well, why do you think that?
You think
though?
we're gonna evolve to that,
Yeah.
bro?
I think it's like at a certain point we will. I think like the overall consciousness of our planet's like raising like twofold, and like you can even talk to people. I mean, like Rachel was talking about that a lot, like when she was going through her Reiki classes, and like her instructors were saying like literally the vibratory state in like last year, like December like 21st, like there's a huge shift of like this energy and like everything. I mean, you can see
Yeah,
it.
but
and-
Rachel sometimes is a little bit fucking.
But you-
out
I mean,
there
you
when
can
it comes to this moon fucking.
yeah.
The way that Mars is aligned with Saturn is like throwing off the oceans, which
But
is
the
like,
astrology
it's
shit's
like,
real though, honestly. If you look
yeah.
at like cyclical years
Yeah,
based
'cause
on
it's a
astrology,
circle.
every 100 years,
Yeah.
every 500 years, shit will repeat itself.
Yeah.
And like if you look 100 years ago, guess fucking what? There was a virus that or like some
That was
shit that
Spanish
broke
flu.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guess
I
what?
know.
Go
That was
back
literally
another 100
Spanish flu.
years
Time's
and
all
you'll find all
circular
that shit.
too,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah, I
it's
understand that,
linear.
but I'm
Yeah.
just talking about the correlation between like when a human being gets to the point where it doesn't need nutrients to
I don't
survive.
I don't think it'll happen in our lifetime. Like
Oh, yeah, there's
by
no way
any
that-
by any state, but I do
That
think
takes a really evolved state of consciousness if it is possible.
There,
yeah.
And there's people trying it. There's people maybe. that
There's
are
a dude.
actually-
Maybe they are.
There's a real fucking person. This is how I even learned about a breatharian. There's this dude. I believe they sat and watched this dude for like 2 fucking months. He would not drink water. He would not do anything. He wouldn't shit. He wouldn't piss. He would just breathe fucking.
There's that
air.
dude, that little kid in
A
India that
real fucking
meditated for like
dude.
6 months
Yeah.
without anything.
I'm pretty sure it was. I mean,
What
again,
the fuck?
yeah, dude. People do
Yeah.
crazy things.
What's going
And
on
like
out
there's
here?
literally
monks-
the whole
there's-
town would like go and like see this kid every single day, and he would sure as shit just be chilling there like for 6 months meditating, and like
Yeah.
like
There's
people like
monks who
watch
have-
him 24 hours.
Yeah,
What do
who
you-
never even like came back out of meditation, if I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
before too. Like people can fucking do this, dude.
Yeah, but what do they do that deep in the state of meditation? Are you just like transcending your consciousness to a whole new level? Or are they just like literally thinking about nothing? Like what type
they
of
have to be
meditation
gone,
is
bro.
that?
They have to be fucking gone. There's no
Yeah,
way.
You have to
think
be
they are.
elevating up the consciousness pyramid, I think. Unless if you're trying to do mindlessness meditation, which is like a very Western way to do meditation, is to stop thinking. What's the fucking point? You're sitting
Yeah.
around doing nothing for 6 months.
Yeah, no,
But if
that
you're
person's
transcending
gone.
consciousness,
Yeah.
that's all. If you're on some Buddha shit, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
Mm.
that person's
they're-
got to be fucking gone, dude. 6 months? What are you doing for 6 months, dude?
Yeah.
You're
Where
thinking
you at?
you're in a whole new world. You're having your
Not
your
in this
world is
world.
your world is internal. It's not
Yeah.
this fucking material.
They're on like
game
the
that we're
ethereal
playing.
plane. They're fucking all
Visualize.
floating in
Yeah.
astral body and shit.
Which is crazy because I feel like, to be honest, I feel like that could be just as much fun. The more I've been trying to keep track of my dreams and like realize what's going on in my dreams, I'm realizing that like that's probably what it's like inside of a monk's mind. Like it's just this playground, and what's crazy is the possibilities are limitless, and you can do all this crazy shit, and there's no rules.
Yeah.
So it's like you just let your imagination go, and the harder you can focus, the more you can create, and the crazier experiences you have. So it's like I'm starting to
It's like a
understand this whole
Minecraft
Buddhist
just for your
thing now.
mind.
Yeah, because it's like there's no
Minecraft
rules, and there's
The
no
mind,
like
bro.
game.
there's
Yeah.
no there's no
Right.
taxes, there's no bills, there's no
Yep.
fucking Republican or Democratic Party. It's like
Right.
this playground of like your imagination. Where do you want to go, and what can you create?
It's
Yeah.
like I've heard like a lot of people like getting lost in that shit. People that like lucid dream or like astral project a lot, like they have to like take breaks from it because it's like such like this blissful world
Yeah.
because they're creating their like utopia. Like it's
Yeah.
hard to come back to reality a lot of times.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
This shit's whack.
This shit whack, bro.
Shit's got us doing a fucking podcast
2020
right now.
Hey.
whack.
Yeah, but we got stimmies coming, bro.
What are you gonna do with your stimmy, bro?
Stock market. Adele, if you're watching this, give me the tips. I got 2K. Let's go.
Shout out Joe Biden.
Wait, you guys got 2K coming?
I don't know. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah,
What
Biden.
the fuck?
Nah, it's
What are
only
the rules?
It's only 1,400 because they already gave us 600 of it. They said,
Really?
fucking cheap ass.
Dude, I'm honestly.
That was their whole thing. They're like, we're gonna give everyone 2K if we win, and then they wanted. They're like, well, Donald Trump already gave you 600.
Have you seen,
us
have
out
you
on
seen the
that.
memes of Kamala? She's on the phone. Hey, Joe, they want their money.
Yeah, I saw that meme. And we do want our money.
Yeah. Dude, Joe Biden's gonna crush it. Watch this shit.
You think so?
We already joined the World Health Organization.
I got Kamala taking over in about
Joe
6
Biden's
months.
gonna fucking crush this shit.
Dude,
There's no chance. That
Yeah,
Joe's
dude.
riding that
Omi's
out
barely
for
awake
years.
half the time.
dude, I see the funniest tweet maybe of the whole year so
Really?
far.
What did it say?
I see the funniest tweet today. These motherfuckers.
What?
We're over here just trolling.
Dude, I saw the funniest tweet about Joe Biden today. It was like Joe Biden. It was like a shot of the limo, and it says Joe Biden visits Arlington National Cemetery. They said, "Damn, that was quick."
Damn.
We were just busting
Savage, dude.
we were just busting some jokes. Kamala takes over in like 6 months. Joe Biden's chilling in the basement, sniffing some hair, doing the same, bro.
Dude, his wife's kind of bad. She's a gilf. Can you guys see her?
No,
picture?
bro, pull her
Dude,
up.
Joe Biden's wife's a baddie.
Pull her up. All right,
She's
before
a gilf. You just said Joe Biden's wife is a gilf, bro. So is Donald Trump's though.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah, she is a pretty looking lady.
yeah.
She's a nice, fancy
Short
looking
of the
lady.
boys, they gotta see.
She's the first lady.
why does Joe Biden look like he has no fucking pupils?
Dude, I don't know. It's because he's a reptile.
Because he never did drugs.
Joe Biden's one of those.
It looks like he did too many stimmies, bro. Just straight pupil.
Dude, Joe Biden's one of those fucking reptile, fucking devil worshippers.
Dude, he looks like a
He's
reptile in that picture.
scary.
Yeah, he does.
All right, well,
He's one of those reptiles that David Icke always talks about, or David Icke. These are reptile beings that are controlling
He's
the
on that
masses.
Hillary Clinton shit.
Yeah.
I got that one fucking video of Hillary Clinton spitting out a cough drop, and they're like, "What's she spitting out?"
That's
in
her
this
tongue.
video?"
That's her lizard tongue.
It's a lizard embryo straight out.
Real lizards.
Bro, you ever seen a cough drop before? This bitch probably has 10 in her purse right now. Old ladies always have cough drops.
They also got those strawberry
dude,
candies
those
too
people
that you
crack me
never
up. I
find in
would
a
love-
fucking store.
Yeah,
Dude, I would
right.
love to have a super crazy conspiracy theorist jump on this podcast.
Dude, I got a homie sometime.
really?
He lives in Michigan, but if he comes out here, he was one of the guys that like Donald Trump's our Lord and Savior, like reincarnation of Jesus
Bro,
Christ. He's on every fucking conspiracy. Me and this dude, when I first found out about Zeitgeist, we used to just do dabs and watch Zeitgeist over and over again. And just be like, dude, what's even real anymore?
I don't know. Are you even real, bro?
Dude, I don't even know, bro.
This shit's kind of fucked up, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
I knew it all along.
Oh,
The system will never let us succeed.
Yeah,
It's like,
man.
yeah, that's so pathetic.
It's
bro.
it's kind of hard to even imagine because you're talking about like a whole nother level of consciousness, and we're just talking about look how fucking childish we all are. Like, you're like we're not even gonna need food at some point. It's like I don't know. These motherfuckers can't even think for themselves.
The only reason why we wouldn't need food is if we got a Neuralink chip that fucking just puts nutrients in our body and we don't need it.
What do you think
Yeah,
about
crazy,
that?
some
Neuralink?
AI
Have you heard
shit.
about that?
No.
Neuralink. So the thing that Elon Musk is inventing, the first thing they're doing with it is it's going to be able to regenerate cells and stuff. So people like that are disabled from the waist down, they're going to put Neuralink in you, and it's going to start solving that problem inside your body and repairing those cells. And they're saying people that can't walk right now are going to be able to walk.
That'd be amazing. I think it'd be crazy.
Like crazy
Yeah.
shit like that. People that are blind are going to be able to start seeing.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be doing shit like that.
Wait.
It's their first goal with it.
Oh, hold on. Do you guys know who Dr. Sebi is?
Yeah,
Dr.
Dr. CB, yeah.
Dude, he's cured blindness before through nutrition.
He's cured like everything through
Dude,
nutrition.
AIDS, 88 cases of AIDS by like 1980.
Nipsey was coming out with a docu on
Dude,
him.
he was. Yeah, he went to the Supreme Court in 98, right? And because they were getting him for
cancer. He was like curing cancer.
Oh,
Cancer.
yeah, that's right. Didn't they throw him in jail?
Dude, he got caught in an airport with like $250K in cash on him. And you got to remember, this dude is curing everybody of everything: AIDS, lupus, herpes, cancer. Dies of pneumonia like 3 days later, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
Fucking crazy.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Why does the government got to do that? Why do they have to like ruin a good thing? Like you got somebody like that. They did
Money.
the same shit to Nikola Tesla.
Control.
Like they just fucked
Yeah.
this dude around, and it's like you have one of the most genius people that understand some shit no other human being smart enough to fucking do, and we're just like, let's kill him.
Let's make him poor,
It's
taint his
fucked, though.
name.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
It's like you're going to the Super Bowl and you have fucking Tom Brady and the head coach is like, hey, before the game starts, shoot Tom in the fucking head.
Take him out.
It's like why, bro?
Shoot Tom in the
Doesn't
head.
seem like a winning formula, but okay.
It's like you realize he's on our team, right?
Let's put in Chad Henne.
Yeah.
I got faith in Chad Henne. Millions of dollars are on the line, but fuck it, let's go. Yeah, I don't get it. It's stupid, but I'm also scared to talk about it.
Yeah. Well,
the government they're listening right now.
They're listening
we
right
got our
now.
phones, we got our microphones, we're all good.
Yeah, it's honestly getting to the point though where like I feel like it's less and less of a thing to worry about. Like you got people like Alex Jones spouting off like they know that people are onto them to the point, and I think a better solution for them that they're going about now is just making people look crazy.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
What's like they're gonna they're gonna hide if you were to do it, you'd probably hide the truth in plain sight, right? And then
That's
also
what they do.
yeah, right. And like the most rational people can like kind of understand it and see it, but then like they'll put some like disinformation out there that could be like pseudoscience, right? So like some of those people will fall down those trails and they'll look crazy, and then like I don't know, man. They're pretty fucking smart at the end of the day. If they've been doing this for a
And
long
they
time.
have such like a big control. Like
for
that
sure.
podcast I sent you guys today, or that little interview of Chamath. This is one of the dudes that helped start up Facebook. This guy is a multi-billionaire, was working at Burger King at one point in his life, and just like has grinded his way up. And he was saying he's posted 2 times on Facebook in the last 7 years. I looked at his Instagram. He hasn't posted on Instagram in 3 years. He does use Twitter a lot, but he's like, I'm not on any of these social platforms because they're literally controlling the narrative of what you think about every single day, and there's no way to get around it. He's like, me and my family, we're not using it. None of my kids allowed to use it. Like. He's literally cut it off, and he's one of the dudes that fucking founded Facebook.
Yeah, he
built
knows.
that
He
shit.
knows too much.
He
shit.
knows, and they're like literally like Social Dilemma. Watch it. We've said it fucking on 5 or 6 episodes. Watch it. They're controlling the way everyone thinks, whether you want to or not. Like, even if you think you're smart enough to think past the illusion of what they're telling us, you're not. Like, you're gonna believe whatever you take in a lot. You know what I mean? That's just gonna become your new reality at the end of the day.
This is a Bluetooth speaker.
Oh,
The Bluetooth speaker is talking to us right now. Like, hey, shut the fuck up before y'all get capped when you go outside.
damn.
But no, it's fucked up, dude. It's crazy. But what do we do? What can we do about it?
Find
The
a
only
friend.
reason
who-
why I like using social media is because we get to stay connected and talk to each other and keep each other in the loop
Yeah.
and see what's going on. But I agree. It's like, I don't.
It's all doom and gloom. It's better to not even fucking think about it, dude. At
Yeah.
the end of the day,
It's like we can't do anything about it.
I know it's like you don't want to
It's-
fucking brush it to the side because it's a sad reality, but also like, dude, I'd rather
but
just
there's
focus
so-
on getting my bread and like getting the fuck out of the game, so to speak.
Yeah, and I guess that's what Chamath did do. Is he got his bread, and now he's just chilling. But
Yeah.
Even in that interview, he literally says, "Go get the fucking money." Like
Yeah.
he says it multiple times, like "Go get it." Like,
you already watched that?
well, dude, I literally watched a clip of it last night. It was so ironic that you sent it over. I told Brian, I was like, "Wow, I literally watched the clip last night." dude."
Dude, he's a fucking
Yeah.
G, bro.
Yeah,
You
I'm
gotta
stoked
watch
to
it. It's
watch.
got like 2.5 million views already. But
Damn. It just came out.
yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the exact date. In the last few months, it came
Oh,
out.
look.
But yeah, it's just like with all these things, it's like how much do we just take time to like reflect on ourselves, figure these things out, fucking meditate and get to the bottom of it on our own end, and like what it's tough because there's like different things that are gonna be personally better for everyone, but it's also like collectively, what are the ways we're gonna be able to transcend all these limitations we're setting on ourselves every single day,
Yeah.
and the ways we're self sabotaging each other, like it's just like what do we do? What's the route forward?
You find some friends like Zach over here, dude, who get you fucking right and get
Yeah,
you in
you-
the right shit, figuring
build
out what's
up
going
a
on with your
unit.
body.
Dude, I think you just start small and you have like a micro community, and then you're in your micro community, everyone helps each other grow. Everyone's there for each other. Everyone helps each other have a good time, relax, disconnect, whatever. And then you build off of it. It's like, who cares if you're not a millionaire in year 3? But like, fucking take count of like what it is that you've accomplished and just slowly build, and through time you'll make it. Like none of these people did this shit in like 3 or 4 or 5 years. It took them years to do all this shit.
Anomalies pop off once in a while, dude.
Yeah.
But like we get caught up in those like the glory like on Instagram. It's really easy for people to flaunt and flex and like dude, half the time they're renting that shit anyways, bro.
Yeah.
It's not even fucking real.
You don't see what they're actually doing to get there, and that was a big reason why we wanted to like, and who cares? It's like our platforms, people like 600 people will see our story, like whatever. It's like it's not that big of a deal, but we're starting small.
What?
But it's like
collectively.
But
200, 800.
I've got a few thousand followers. I get quite a few sometimes,
Brian's
but
cooler than us.
but the thing is like. The thing is like people don't actually see like I am cooler than all of you guys. That's why I'm here right now. But people don't actually see like the process of like, okay, well, what does it look like to make 50K? What does it look like to make 100K, 150K, 200K, and then like so on. I think, you know, people just get caught up in the, oh my God, he's a billionaire. How did he become a billionaire? And then he tells a story. You got to believe in yourself and then hang around the right people. But it's like no one actually knows what that looks like.
Yeah. But it's also like how many people actually need to get rich and how do we all provide value in the best way? That's what society needs to get to. And that's one of the pitfalls of capitalism is making money is value. Making money, you are providing a service that people enjoy and consume a lot. But you can do something like Coca-Cola and become a couple of the head people in the whole world, and you're fucking literally poisoning people for a living. You know what I mean?
I'm drinking Coke right now.
So although they are poisoning people for a living too, like the value of it, and again, it's a trade-off, right? But the value of it's like the instant pleasure from the sugar and the Coca-Cola, dude. It's a tasty drink that people fucking like.
That's the value they're bringing. But is that $1 billion value that they're adding to the world? Or is there people like fucking Zach over here fucking curing people and all these Chinese medicine people not making shit, and they're the ones actually like curing people?
Yeah.
And we got people that are poisoning people that gotta go to these motherfuckers.
Yeah, but it's what people focus on and what they want. I mean, a lot of people like are content.
The masses don't think about even wanting to do it.
And it's
Chinese
a choice
medicine.
to go visit Zach, dude. Like some people don't give a fuck about being healthy. That's like the sad truth.
That's
Some
why,
people don't think
that's
about
why there
that.
is. So the
Yeah.
flip
And they
side,
just
the flip
accept
side
it.
moment of the day is like thinking about the consumer, because I think, there's two sides. Like the one side is that Coca-Cola is drowning us in marketing and ads and like has all this leverage and can do all these sponsorships and be in the Olympics and be on the Super Bowl and everything else. But the moral of the story is that the consumer is blowing them up. The consumer is drinking them. The consumer is sharing it. The consumer is putting it
But
here and
that's
drinking
all.
it.
That's exactly what I'm saying, though. This is all from targeted, like you just said, ads. They figured out advertising first. That's how they made their.
Yeah, but you're
whole
not drinking
brand.
it.
But you can still like
You're not drinking it.
yeah,
You're
we're not
drinking it.
yeah, we're not drinking it. And I think like I said, it's gonna come back down to a choice. And like another thing, if you want to get back to like the Chinese medicine and from a factor of like Zach, the reason and I'm not to say he's not going to make $1 billion, but he's not going to do billions and billions of shares. He's one person that can do his work. There's only so much that he can do at a capacity to service people.
Yeah, he can't scale his work the same way
You
Coca-Cola
can't scale
can.
like that. You know what I'm
100%.
saying? So it's just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, that's obviously different. But I'm just saying, like, what does actual bringing value to the world look like? And that's something we need to concentrate on. That I think money doesn't always.
The economy
The
doesn't
consumer
care.
tells you though what they
Yeah.
care about
Yeah.
though.
There's
There's a market for everything,
Yeah,
too.
exactly what they value.
The
You're
economy
right.
doesn't care what your intentions are. It just
Yeah.
cares if it can be scaled and more profitable.
Yeah.
If people are willing to like consume it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it cares
And if
about.
people associate some sort of value to that and they're willing to spend
Yeah.
that associated price,
Yep.
So-
All right, let's take a break.
We got off topic and it's fun now. I was gonna keep trying to bring us back because I was like, wait, dog, I'm still trying to learn about my tongue.
Yeah, we got.
good to break that up.
Yeah.
Plus, it's entertainment value.
Plus, I want to. Yeah. Plus, I want to talk too.
I can't talk. I don't talk this much. You guys know that.
Yeah. Zach's over here just.
I'm
talking
very
for no-
introverted. This is difficult for me.
Yeah.
She's a fucking gilf. Just vanishes in thin air. There's some good liners in there, dude. I was having fun clowning with Zach for a little bit, dude. He's like, Joe Biden's in the basement sniffing hair. I'm like, yeah. Wait, have you ever seen all the videos of him like groping on little girls and like sniffing
Dude,
their
this
hair?
shit's
It's fucking weird.
He does it so much too.
Dude, there was one senator that
Yeah.
like he was touching his granddaughter and he fucking smacked his hand and said, "Get away from her, dude."
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. There's this one time this guy was getting voted in for like the senator, was taking a photo like with the family and everything, and he literally requested to just have a photo with his daughter.
Yeah, it's weird.
Get the parents out, get everybody else, just a photo with the daughter.
He'll like
Weird.
Yeah, he'll get like super
Weird.
close and like wrap his head like around like their necks, and like that's like the sniffing Joe Biden thing comes from, because he just like sniffs like there's like videos of him like doing
watched
that
a
and like
whole
grabbing
thread.
their hair and like yeah, it's like weird, dude.
I watched a whole thread on Twitter, dude, and I was like, what the fuck am I watching? And like you can hear him say, like, dude, get away from my like granddaughter.
You can see like the little girls' faces too. Like, I mean, there's always cameras, and there's like it's like big photo shoots a lot of times, and like little girls are just like,
Yeah. Telling them no
What the
serious
fuck?
boyfriends until they're 30. Like, are you dating? They're like 11, bro. Weird motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, weird motherfucker.
Jojo
right.
weird.
What are you guys trying to jump into now?
Well, what did we just end on?
We can break the ice with anything.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you besides Chinese medicine, Zach, and all the things you're learning inside of that? What are some things you think are really, really important and you're gonna like also work on in your lifetime?
What do you wish more people knew about?
Ooh, that's a good one. I wish people understood how important like our diet is, honestly, and like just I mean, and this is like not even talking about like vegan versus non-vegan. This is talking about like processed versus non-processed and putting clean things into your body and how much effect that truly has on our body.
Biggest mistake all vegans make is vegan diet's just healthy because it's vegan. It's like if you're eating processed foods, it's worse.
It's worse. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people when they go to
soy is the worst.
Yeah.
That processed soy is bullshit.
Yeah. But like, yeah, I think that'd be the biggest thing is just like to take a step back and like look at what you're like consuming. And that goes for food and beverages as well. I mean, if you're having a Coke every single day and like you're not having any water.
Dude, only with the Jack, bro. Come on.
No, I'm just saying like, yeah, that was an example.
That was
wasn't a shot.
Taylor was looking at me. and just so you guys know, I mean, not that I'm like into this kind of thing, but it's a CBD Coke from our local Locavore store.
Oh, it's healthy. I didn't know there was
It's
CBD
local.
It's local and it's
You're good, bro.
It's local.
Fucked up over here,
It's
bro. It's got
local.
CBD.
and it's vegan.
CBD and sugar.
Yeah. The high fructose corn syrup in it's vegan high fructose corn syrup.
I fuck with that.
But no, yeah, I would just, that's like probably the biggest thing. And people don't realize that like how big of an effect that really has on it. And I don't know, it's just like a compound effect, like doing small little things on a continuous basis and like seeing that grow into fruition. It's not just like making these extreme like changes right off the bat, like 180 cold turkey, like cut out all this processed shit. It's just like taking like small steps and like, okay, I'm not gonna do processed foods. Like, okay, got that. I'm good with that now. I don't crave that anymore. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna cut out like sugar, like actual sugar. It's like, okay, now I'm gonna cut out dairy. Now I'm gonna cut out greasy foods. And like, yeah, you just cut out all these things that like
Until it's just breath.
yeah, until you're just breath, baby. But it's just like
I'm gonna start breathing my girl's breath. Like, hey, shorty, let me get some of your breath.
your breath
Mine
tastes
do-
like. That's that good breath.
That's a good.
That's a specialty. But yeah, I
Give
think
me that
that's,
breath with the salt.
Got that lavender breath. I think that's probably the biggest thing. It just, I don't know, and I feel like people. And I think you kind of talked about it, like you go into like the doctor's office and like this huge authority figure and like you take what they say like verbatim, but oftentimes like you're left, you know, not with full answers, but like
You don't
that's a
leave
big
feeling
thing.
good.
And that's the thing is like everybody has
Yeah.
like everybody has the innate ability to heal themselves. I mean, our bodies are a vessel, a healing vessel, and like we see this like with cuts, like we cut our skin, our body heals. We don't have to do anything for it, but we for some reason forget that like internally we can also do that. We have the same capabilities.
That's a good analogy.
And so I think that's a big thing too, is to not give all of your
that is a
power
great
away.
analogy.
Don't give your
Yeah.
power away. Keep your power.
Yeah.
Our bodies are smart enough to also like let us feel pain, to let us know like something's wrong.
They give you
Yeah.
hints.
They
Like,
tell you
the
what's up.
reason
It's
you
talking to you.
The reason you fart every time you drink, fucking eat a bunch of cheese, is because you're not supposed to eat a bunch of cheese.
That's why it smells so
yeah.
bad.
Yeah, it's like stop. I'm literally blowing gas out my ass, bro.
Yeah, like, little signs, but that's the thing is like people don't know how to read those signs and translate them into like what that actually means, which
Yeah.
It's such an experiment too, figuring out what that diet is that works best for you. Because I've tried so many different things. Like for me, I was vegan for 3 years. That diet wasn't working for me 100%. I'm still getting in that zone where I'm figuring it out. I know breads and sugars are definitely not a go-to for me. I need to cut those out. I need to add more fruits and vegetables. That's something I've been doing really good at this year. Eating those every single day. But yeah, it's a constant experiment. It's like one of those things you can hire a health fitness coach or whatever, but you got to figure this shit out for yourself. You're the only one feeding yourself the rest of your life unless you got a boo. So
yeah, the only reason why fitness coaches and because everyone knows what they're supposed to be doing.
It's accountability.
It's literally like the same reason why you've made it however many days not smoking weed. 3 weeks. This is the longest you've ever gone in years without smoking weed.
Yeah.
And
a
long ass time, bro.
I went a few months at one point a few years ago.
All right, minus that one time. This is the longest time.
That one time a few years ago.
Without his accountability, you wouldn't be here. Like that's the cool part about trainers and whatever.
Yep.
But I agree. It's like everyone knows that they need to eat vegetables and fucking low carb, high protein, low fat, whatever.
Just doing that.
It's like having someone
It's the
making sure
change,
you
though.
do it. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, I got to do this shit because I can't be a bitch. You even posted about it. It's like, I can't lose. I can't let Zach outwork me this year. Like,
Yeah.
whatever. And then you flex
Bro, you
on
posted on that
Then you
story.
flexed on him.
I got on Instagram. I was like, this motherfucker.
him. Flexed on him with the
I
15
can't
Gs.
wait until I'm in the gym just dripping sweat. And I'm like, I know Taylor ain't getting this work in.
Yeah.
But if I can make one pitch to anybody right now, it's like instead of like hiring a fitness and nutrition coach, that
Hey,
same
bro,
money.
chill. That's the.
Well,
Come on, don't.
dude, I'm also one of those guys. Like, people come to me for advice all the time, and
You're a trainer, bro.
but here's the thing. Here's what I always tell them. Like, dude, and because I don't love doing it anymore, they're better off taking that same amount of time and energy and money that they were going to invest in me to listen to me to coaching them to just figuring it out for them fucking themselves because they have to do this for life.
Where are
dude.
they gonna figure it out?
They-
from?
Yeah, but that's
Dude,
part
that's
of it,
where
bro.
did I figure it out from? A research. I was curious. I
Some
wanted to
people
learn.
learn.
Bro, you're
Some
a
people-
certified trainer.
Some people
Yeah.
don't learn like that though. Some
Yeah.
people need that person to like teach them. Like when I had a trainer in
Dude.
the gym, I learned a lot. When I fucking had Taryn as my health and fitness coach, I learned a lot about diet and how it affects me. Like sometimes you just gotta like
Yeah.
learn from other people. And it's like if you're a curious learner and one of those people that wants to like actually take in the information to use it in your future, you're gonna get so much value out of those 3 months you spend with
Sure,
them.
I guess you could accelerate it. I guess I do take. All right, maybe I just find him being lazy, but
It
was a good
is. It
perspective.
is.
lazy,
It is
yeah.
being lazy. It's like the same thing with me and that stabilizer. It's like I didn't want to fucking build it at all. I had to get some help, and then once I got some help, I was like, "Oh, this shit wasn't as bad as what I thought it was." But
That's fair.
I got the help, and I cut the learning curve, and I got to stop watching fucking YouTube videos.
You're right. Okay, there is a learning curve cut because I suffered a lot through the Crohn's, so the nutrition.
So that's
and
just
the
like
working
saying
out,
that's
I
just
get
like
it.
saying that you shouldn't have a mentor. You could go fucking learn it on your own.
Yeah, there's plenty of books out there, buddy.
There fucking are though, but that's
Go pick
but
up
that's the
Tony
way
Robbins'
I would go with it.
Money master the game if you want to be rich. Don't fucking get a mentor.
But dude, I guess that's the path I would take. But like then you're gonna come to me to get mentored and like, hey dude, here's the road, like here's the path I took. Like
People like connecting with people, and they don't understand where to find resources sometimes, and they don't know what resources they can trust. And a lot of people, sometimes when they have issues, they don't think like you and Google it. They don't know what to do. They watch the news. They're fucking.
I
Yeah.
know.
You have to think about the masses, bro. The masses don't solve their own problems. They
I
look
don't
at
want to
other
work with
people.
those. All right, maybe this
You're
will
not
sound.
working. You're not
I
working.
don't
Bro,
know.
you're a different breed, Zach. Look at yourself in the mirror every morning, bro. You're like, one day I'm gonna be cut, bro. You've been cutting for the last ever since I known you. You've been cut, buddy.
True.
You're just
All
like a
right.
different breed of human being. Some people need that. Some people are lazy. I am motivated a lot of things. Health and fitness, not something I'm naturally like inclined to do, but. Guess what? I'm fucking doing what I got to do.
Yeah.
I know the things I've learned over the last few years, what I got to fucking do. And guess what? Now it's 75 hard. Just quit being a bitch and fucking do this shit.
I'm
Exactly.
taking 250 chips from you, boy.
It ain't happening.
All right, that's
Damn.
fair. Yeah, my bad. Sorry for shitting on people. Just don't be fucking
just
lazy.
wanna learn.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
they-
don't be fucking lazy,
Dude, not everyone's motion. One thing that I've learned too is that not a majority of people aren't emotionally strong or like can't handle like going from one growth phase to the next. Like they need someone to like hold their hand and be like, it's gonna be okay. You got this. They need to feel validated. They need to feel inspired. They need to feel comfortable that they're in that position, and then they can feel good enough to live with themselves. And then they go, all right, I got this shit. You know, it takes a lot of people time. Like they can't just watch an Andy Frisella podcast and then do 75 hard and be like, fuck it, that was easy. I think I'm going to be sober for the whole year.
I would have
Like,
easily quit if I didn't have people to like push me. If we didn't have our group chat and there wasn't other people doing this competition, guaranteed I would have quit by now.
Dude,
guaranteed.
that is the only reason why people make it, I think, is just having a strong squad to help.
Yeah, I mean, a support group always helps, dude. I mean,
or someone who's better than you, giving you advice, saying like, hey, this is what I did, don't do this, do that, this is what you need to be doing, hey, did you hear about this, and then do that. Like, you need some, like,
exactly. And you know you're gonna get the results if you put it in. Like, as gay as it is, like seeing all your guys' fucking progress pics every Sunday, I'm like, God damn, I gotta get to that point. Like, literally every single dude in our group chat's got a fucking 6-pack except for me, bro. They're all like, I'm gonna be shredded at the end of this. I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on?
Damn.
These guys are ripped.
Damn, that's good for you though.
Yeah, it's so motivating for me.
Yeah.
Like, that inspires me so much. It's just like, dude, like, this is an area of my life I've neglected for a long time, and it's like, buckle down, buddy. Like, it's time to catch up. Like, there's people running circles around you in areas of life.
yeah, but dude, there's also like the financial aspect with you. Like for me to watch you pop off and hit 15K in one night, and I'm like, well, fuck, I have to work a whole month for that shit to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's your guys' lives are flipped. That's why it's so dope that you're helping each other.
Yeah.
This dude's figured out his money situation.
Yeah.
You're trying to hustle and grind and make some money off loans. You've been fit forever. You've been fit for the longest.
You were born
years.
fit.
I was born really skinny, but yeah, I'd say
Yeah.
probably since like 16, 17, I haven't missed a gym. So it's like also like 10, 12 years down the road, dude.
Yeah. So it's a good dynamic.
And I'm like 3 years in.
It's a good dynamic that you guys have for sure. He inspires you financially. You inspire him physically.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So it's a good duo right there.
I
It's a
hope by the
fucking
end of
power
the year
squad.
I'm popping all 15K nights, dog.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's get it.
That's some G shit.
Closes.
Closes.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry for shitting on you people. Love you guys.
Yeah. Zach's not as hard as what he looks. Trust me.
Yeah.
He's a big teddy bear.
I just want him to, dude. I don't know. I think I want him to win
want
really
people
bad.
to be
and
more
some-
dependable on their own.
Yeah, dude. Because like at the end of the
It's like
day, like if
self-reliance
every,
too.
Yeah.
huh?
It's like self-reliance, like relying on yourself to go get that information versus like you were saying, like having somebody hold your hand and like give
Guide
you that
you,
information.
Well,
Yeah.
I like when someone can like guide you. All right, let me
I
rephrase
love having
that.
guidance, but like have like the fortitude and the grit to like go fucking get it. Because if
Yeah.
that shit didn't exist, like think about this, you would be fucked, absolutely fucked, dude. Because you have to rely on everything, and you're almost too soft, and you don't have like the mental capacity to like go get something for yourself. You'd be in a lot of trouble, dude.
Yeah, you need to take someone's advice and then take it a mile, and then when you hit a plateau and you're like, okay, what's next? Then you need to go get their advice again and then take it another mile. Like
Yeah.
being handheld for sure isn't the move, but maybe for somebody in the beginning who's very insecure about their skill sets or what they bring to the table or what they look like that shit is definitely essential. As someone who's worked with like people in fitness, people in business, people with their mindsets, people with depression, people with like self-doubt and like they don't like what they look like, dude, it's a very sensitive topic and their brains take over and it's really difficult for them to just like be this fucking machine or like somebody who's like, I'm the best human being ever, or like someone who can have like a good ego to build off of.
Yeah.
That shit takes time.
And with your business, you get to see the full circle of everything because you're working with gym owners who are obviously very physically fit, care about physical fitness, care about helping people get physically fit. But guess what? They don't know how to get financially right. So guess what? They got to call up motherfucking Brad because guess what? He's got your back on getting people in the motherfucking gym.
Bills, baby.
And getting them in the green.
Yeah.
That's for sure. It's cool. It's been great. This year so far has been amazing because we can finally breathe again. We've had 3 normal weeks, 3 now? Yeah. 3 normal weeks of business, and it's like a nice, fresh breath of air. So I'm excited to keep going for sure.
Hopefully they open everything back the fuck up too.
I think it's soon, bro. I mean, they're already talking about music festivals in the late summer and everything else. So I think
But it's about to be everyone's probably gonna have to get the vaccine, which sucks. Like I think for like music festivals and planes, they're gonna make you get vaccinated.
It's all right. I got a graphic design squad that will make me a vaccine.
I was literally just
fake
about to
cards.
call this out on the podcast. If we have nursing friends or whatever, grab me one of those cards, fill me in.
Photoshop. Everyone's gonna be getting the fake
Yeah.
ID with the vaccination. Let's start selling them. Fuck yeah, that's our business move this year.
That's a new business.
Somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah.
Somebody's gonna be the fake vaccine ID
That's
guy.
us.
Dude, they're gonna make racks off of
They
that.
really are.
Oh, someone in the medical field is gonna punch all those people in the system, and it's gonna be fine. These COVID numbers are already going down. I think I honestly somehow believe that we're gonna forget about it.
Oh no,
I think
it's
that
not
we're
even-
gonna. I think that we're gonna remember this past year, but I think that we're gonna fucking forget about this virus way quicker than people think because there's gonna be something on the news that like Joe Biden does or like Kamala does that's crazy or whatever, and then it's gonna be
takes
the new
over.
thing.
Yeah, right.
And then or like they're gonna say that this alien touchdown in Utah or something, and then it's gonna be this new thing for like 2 months, and then the country's gonna open back up, and then COVID's never gonna act like it never happened.
You know how I know that's going to happen? Because this year we forgot about heart disease, obesity, cancer, and the flu, and COVID was the only thing that fucking existed.
Yeah,
so yeah,
exactly.
I
Dude,
hate
it's
to
gonna
say
be
we're too
trippy. This is
easily
gonna be the
swayed,
trippiest
but-
year for sure.
yeah. I don't know if it can get any trippier than 2020. Buckle the fuck up.
I don't want it to.
Yeah.
I don't want it to
I'm
at
good
all.
for like 10 years at least.
Yeah, same. That shit
Keep
sucks.
the stock market sane so we can make some money.
Yeah.
Give us a good economy, and then watch me fucking bounce.
That's going to be such a crazy day when the stock market crashes. I don't think it's coming for probably like another 10 years just because of all the new investors coming in the game. But when that shit happens, there's going to be more people invested in the market than ever before. So it's like that shit could collapse.
Yeah, it
Because
could.
everyone could pull their money out at the same time
Yeah.
and literally just destroy the entire economy.
Well,
Yeah.
everything's cyclical. So first and foremost, if you pay attention, history is always repeating itself. A crash is going to fucking happen. There's
Yeah,
no avoiding
It's
it.
already like super overdue, but the reason I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon is like the Robinhood effect. Adele talks about this all the time, but there's so many people getting on these new investment apps and it's so easy
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
people like us, people at my work, every Joe Smo in the world can invest now for
Yeah.
fucking no money,
Yeah.
and everyone's getting involved in the market because
Yeah.
it's just going up and up and up. Like
True.
my dad just told me his portfolio went up 10% in the last like 2 months.
And what people
10%. That's like a year. That's normally like a year and a half in
That's
the market.
psychotic.
Yeah.
It's like blowing the fuck up.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
the same
That
thing with
is a year and a
crypto,
half
bro.
of the
It's like
market.
people aren't well, I don't know. It's maybe because people aren't working and like people are unemployed, like they're trying to figure out where to put their money. Like jobs aren't the same as what they used to be. Like people could be trying to figure out like, well, what's the stock market thing? What's this crypto thing? Bitcoin went up to 40K.
Yeah.
Like that could be where the money's going instead, but once jobs come back, it might come back down.
No, because the people that don't have jobs don't have money like that though, too.
Yeah.
You know what
I mean, well, our government's giving them that fucking cheddar right now to sit on their ass, I believe. They were getting like
Yeah, but
600 a
unemployment's
week
done.
plus. Well, yeah.
yeah, you
they
only
were.
get that for a few months though. You don't get that
Yeah.
that long, bro.
Well, I think they just brought that back with the new stimmy bill. They re-upped the unemployment when we all got our stimulus checks the last time. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there was a boost. You're making 600 a week plus whatever you'd normally be making. Like, think about that.
I think it was just 600 a week, bro. It wasn't 600 plus.
Wow, if it was
That'd
600,
be ridiculous, bro.
be fucking ridiculous.
They're not giving you 600 plus what you were making.
Well, no, not. I think you get. I think when you're on unemployment, you get half of what you made, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. So like, you get the 600 plus half of.
Jackie was getting it for a while, so I think it's like 600. But regardless, yeah, we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be a trippy year, that's for
Use
sure.
your
but-
stimulus money to fucking buy some vegetables.
Yeah, yeah.
Or all the
Eat your
podcasts.
veggies.
Yeah, veggies.
So what are some like Chinese medicine tips that you can give people?
Yeah, what
Break
are
down
some
the tongue
What are
again.
some like tactics, maybe some like
quick tips and
daily-
tricks?
daily like things that they can do, like meditation, yoga, or moving the body, or herbs, or whatever? What do you think people don't know that they should know?
So just like meditation, obviously, is super great to start the day off.
How much do you meditate normally?
Daily,
Like 10 minutes?
yeah, usually 10 minutes. Usually I'll start off. I'll do like the Wim Hof breath, the cycles, the
gotta do that.
Everybody's on the Wim Hof
dude,
shit.
the Wim,
Bro,
the Wim
it's a
Hof
cult.
shit's- yeah, it's legit though. You
The
definitely
science
feel
backs
it.
it up.
It's not a cult. It's a culture.
Culture, it's a culture, bro. But yeah, I do the Wim Hof, and then like as soon as I'm done with that, I just flow right into like a meditation afterwards for like 10 minutes. And I think meditation is super super key. Dietary wise, don't eat a lot of cold food. Eat your
Don't
eat-
eat a lot of
Explain
cold
the hot and cold food in Chinese
Yeah.
medicine too, so
Yes.
people can have a better understanding.
Yeah, so
So-
I met a monk that told me that I should be drinking warm water.
yeah, that's so
Temp.
in this.
I eat all hot food pretty much, except for fruits.
Yeah, you want to. Yeah, so in this medicine, you want to be having like warm things because warmth increases or promotes circulation. It promotes movement, while cold promotes like stagnation and like non-movement. I mean, you look at winter, everything's super still and not moving. That's like what cold is basically. So if you're continuously putting cold on cold on cold in your stomach, like you wake up, you got a smoothie. After that, you got ice, cup of water. After that, you got a salad, and after that, something else cold, like some vegetables out of the fridge or something like that. When you're constantly putting that cold into your body, it's gonna slow down and weaken your digestive function. That fire of that acidic
like stomach acidity of it. It's going to break that down. So warmth is key, or at least room temperature. Super key. And let's see, a good way to start the morning off. Some cinnamon and some warm water is really good to kind of help promote circulation, wake up the body,
Really?
warm up.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
What about
We got a hot water boiler.
Yeah. So
let's do it. Let's do
if
that.
you
I
want to
think
do
it's so
like
clutch. I use that like
a
4 times.
triage, so you could
Okay.
do
I'll tell you in a minute.
you could do lemon, ginger, and lemon.
Nice.
That's a really solid one to start
Dude,
the
you
day.
should
off.
give us some water recipes that we can put in a big mason jar and just sip out of them.
Yeah,
I'd love
definitely will.
I'm trying to do one of those weed tinctures too. Another one of those.
Yeah, yep.
Those are sick.
But yeah, so the lemon,
cinnamon,
cinnamon, ginger. You can put some honey in there too, to kind of for the taste of it.
raw
But
honey, right?
yeah, raw honey is really good as
Raw
well.
dog.
Yeah.
Raw dog. And then that's super good way to start.
Why
the
the
day off.
cinnamon?
So cinnamon, I was kind of saying it's a warming herb. So it's a herb in Chinese medicine. It's called guizhi.
Okay.
And it's super warming. So
It's super warm. You want to hear a funny story real quick? I took a cinnamon essential oil one time, and I thought
Oh, hot
all
as
essential
fuck.
oils, you can just put them wherever. Cinnamon.
oh no, bro.
My face was on fire. It was like when you took that niacin, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
like,
I
nah,
took
good.
So it's like peppermint, oregano, cinnamon.
Yeah.
Those are hot oils.
Those are hot oils.
don't fuck
Dude.
around with it.
Dude, I took 1,000 milligrams of niacin one time, and my whole body. Yeah. Dude, I had no idea. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Brian was straight up tweaking.
Dude, I was in the middle of a sales call, and I could just see. I was like on my computer on Zoom, and I could just see my fucking body turn like red out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like in the middle of the call, and I was like, "I don't expect you to understand, but I gotta go right now."
Just leave right then. Nothing
And
else.
I clicked the Zoom. I left, and then I got in the cold shower, and I just sat there for like 30 minutes and didn't move. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah,
It was
dude.
terrible.
Yep. So
Clean me out.
So cinnamon.
Cleaned out them demons.
Clean out the demon boy. Yeah, cinnamon's a super warm herb that it wakes up the body. Basically, it helps promote the circulation and opens up the collaterals, those small little veins like right underneath your skin and stuff like that. Those channels. So that's why for the cinnamon.
I heard from a
Fuck yeah.
bodybuilding tip it stabilizes blood sugar. Is that true?
I don't know. That's not in my wheelhouse. I guess. I'm not
Fucking
I can answer that
meatheads.
one.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
carnivores.
But yeah, that's a good one. Stress is like a huge factor in like so many different presentations, and today with just how much that is constantly being thrown on us, and like all these expectations and COVID and like just all this different shit. So like stress, I mean, I know a lot of people don't want to hear that like stress can cause like all this like shit that's going on, but it's real. Like stress is a super big factor that it can lead to a lot of different things. So finding different ways and outlets for different people to help with, managing stress and it can vary from person to person. I think is super important.
It's really, really important. And it's like, I'm somebody that's broken down twice over the last year from putting too much on my plate.
Yeah, for sure.
And just being too stressed out. And one of the times you did work on me, and I remember that was the most tense you said. You were like, what the fuck's going on in
Yeah,
your life,
dude.
brother?
Yeah.
And that was like one of the most stressed times of my entire life. And it's like, you got to have a good way to cope with that. And like a huge thing for me that is probably the only thing keeping me sane, because I really didn't like reduce my workload at all. Of like, I just want to fucking get to where I want to be.
Yep.
So meditation every single day.
Yeah.
Like I meditate every day for maybe like 7 years straight.
Yeah.
And it's just
So what does that look like though? How do you do it?
for
I've
me?
been doing it for that long.
Yeah, for me, I mean, I'm not a super advanced like expert or anything. I just like believe in like calming myself, clearing my mind, and like I do a lot of guided meditations. My favorite ones are not guided ones, are like the chakra meditations on YouTube. And I lay down. I don't even sit up when I do when I meditate. But it's like I'll just sit there for like 5 to 15 minutes, clear my mind, get my head on straight at the start of the day, and it's like after you do that, pretty much nothing that comes against you the rest of the day. You're just going to be in a way more chill state about everything.
You're in a flow
laid,
state.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just laid back a little bit more.
Things that would typically like irritate or piss you off. You're just like, wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of nice. Like I didn't
Yeah.
react at all to that.
Exactly. It's like, why are those things irking me? And it's like, it helps so much in just even your thought patterns. Like when something starts to irk me, it's like, why am I feeling this way? Like, where's the root of this whole thing coming from? Almost like what you're doing with like the body is
Yeah.
like, where is this stemming from? Like we had the deep talk on our walk the other day, and it's like, I had certain feelings about something, and I had to really like evaluate for myself, like, where are these feelings like coming from?
Why?
And why am I feeling this way? And why is it irking me this way? And it's like, you just got to take a step back sometimes and like not just go to, hey, I feel this way, so like fuck you. Like sometimes it's like, there's a deeper
Who
problem.
hurt you?
Yeah, it's like there's a deeper problem here, and it's something internal. Anytime you're trying to point the finger at anything else, it's all an internal problem why you're feeling the way you're feeling.
Yeah,
so.
Zach's not stabbing you with those acupuncture needles.
No.
That's why.
Yeah, no, you're right. So I think just something really important to like kind of build off of that is to know that like when you're aware of something, you don't like immediately reject it or get angry or like offset, but you question it to start to figure out to dive deeper into like whatever the root of the issue is, and then just try to discover what's going on. One thing that I like about meditation though, I want to say this before I forget, is that like people think when you're meditating, it's like you're thinking about nothing, but that's not actually what's going on. What you're doing is you're thinking about your thoughts and you're letting them come and go. And if you want to direct your thoughts into a certain way, like you're more than welcome to. But one thing that I like about meditation is that in a world where like we're distracted by like text messages and social media and like talking to this person and making this person happy and like going to work and then going home and then the traffic and everything else, meditation forces you to think less, which I think gives your mind a break, which then allows your mind to like kind of catch up with itself and like reboot a little bit. But I find it nearly impossible to think about nothing. But in the few seconds that I do think about nothing, it's like the most euphoric thing ever. And then I snap out of it and I go, holy shit.
It's like
That's that present moment. That's literally being in the present though.
I can only do it for a few seconds and I'm like, holy shit, that was like so euphoric and like that I was just thinking about nothing. And even in those small seconds, your brain goes, dude, you're rebooted and you're ready to go.
Yeah, you can hit that for 10 seconds. You meditate for 10 minutes, so do that for 10 seconds.
It's insane.
Dr. Joe
Because
Dispenza
you're
talks
finally
about that.
giving your brain a moment to just stop because we're so stimulated by so many different things all the time. So one thing, you know, if you're trying to meditate, if you're like looking to get into meditation, like don't get discouraged. Just start small. And like one thing that will help you think about less is to start from like 300 or 200 or 100 and just think about counting and think about breathing. And then what you're doing is you're like forcing your mind to think about less, which allows your mind to get a break. And then when you come out of meditation, you feel good. But meditation isn't all about having like, oh, I had this idea and I want to do this and I had this cool experience. Those things will come and like those are rare things. But the most important thing to think about is like you're just charging your battery and whatever happens in the meditation is cool. And then you can move on and like and go on with your day.
Go into it without expectations. Because once it's a daily practice and you do it all the time, like that's when that shit happens. But it's not going to happen day one.
Yeah.
One thing I'll circle back to is when Zach was talking about like managing your guys, like managing stress in general. The reason I asked you earlier too, like where your mind state was when you were getting like sick, like I know when like my Crohn's disease happened and I got very physically ill, my mindset was fucked and I was extremely stressed and I was not managing my emotions or anything well. And it was all becoming bottled up and it physically manifested itself in an infection inside of my body. I truly believe that was one of the biggest factors into me getting sick. So like you have to find ways to be able to manage that shit. Like it's so important because like the body doesn't handle that well and it breaks down the immune system and then like
so what does that look like? How do you help people manage that?
Man, well, that's a great question because I was really fucking horrible at managing it. And like the first thing I had,
people are.
Yeah. I had to learn.
And also, that's okay for everyone stressing. That's all. It's all good. Like this shit's tough. This shit's tough.
Life ain't easy.
Yeah.
We're all gonna get hit with obstacles down this fucking road.
No one just heard Taylor talk there, but he pretty much just said we're all gonna we're all gonna get hit with obstacles down the road, is what Taylor said.
I think the thing for me is
Whoops.
I think the biggest thing for me, like what really helped me come out of it is obviously like I had to have surgery to like kind of heal myself, but like I was like, all right, I vowed to never let myself get in that mindset again. My ego had to die a little bit. Like I was like a 20-year-old kid expecting to have like my life together financially, physically, mentally, emotionally.
20 years old.
You're 20.
Just that high pressure on myself.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
Came out of Hicksville thinking this shit.
Yeah, dude. Just a lot of like stress on myself, a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
But I had to be like more willing to be honest about like the situations I was in and not be so embarrassed of them. So like there had to be like a little bit of an ego death. Like I had to accept myself and fucking love myself a little bit more for not being where I wanted to be. But dude, that came with being like more open and honest in conversations about how I was feeling. That was like one of the biggest things. And then, dude, just making sure I'm doing like the little things right. And just remember like life's really fucking a long-term game and not so short-term.
The longest game ever. Yep. And what's crazy too is there's like you don't even know what's gonna happen after this life. So
Fuck
right.
you gotta prep yourself for that next one too. Like you gotta get yourself game ready. You never know.
It's kind of crazy because I just thought about this too, but the moves we're making right now in this life are affecting, I believe, two different things. A, you're affecting your future lives and the life you go on to after this or wherever the fuck your soul goes. But you're also, all the moves you're making in this game right now are affecting this game of Earth that's going to continue to be played after we're
other
gone.
people's lives.
So it's like
100%.
the moves you're
Yeah.
making are not affecting one game; they're affecting fucking 2 games.
Yeah. Even
Or
on a
maybe a
smaller
million.
scale.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's
I don't
take
even know how many games there is.
Yeah,
It's wild.
There's too many. This place is way too big to just have a few games.
Yeah,
We don't even know what's going on out there. It's fucking.
Yeah, we really
nuts.
don't.
All right, let's take a break.
It's pretty infinite, dude. Journey of Souls is a really cool book. I would encourage you guys to read it. It's for a fun perspective. This guy puts people through. He's a deep state. So he's a psychiatrist, and he puts people through deep state hypnosis and records his conversations and video records them. And he does past life regressions, and he walks people through it. And like a big part of like these people's lives that they're living right now, and while they're experiencing some of the struggles and the traumas that they are, they had to learn it from a past life. Like essentially, like you're always sent to Earth with like a mission of like how you're supposed to develop yourself as a soul, more or less, right? Like everything else like is whatever, but like you're always like developing yourself as a soul as you speak. It's a really fucking cool perspective,
dude. I gotta read that. What is it called?
It's called Journey of Souls. I read that book in one day. It was fucking dope.
You have it, Bri?
Yeah, because like everybody like they couldn't understand why they're like having certain struggles or issues with like said topics, right? And so,
Dude, I feel like I definitely have a few missions on Earth, and there's only a couple of them I know about right now. But like,
they talk about like as you're more developed as a soul too. Like you know how they talk about people being old souls. Yeah. Like they also talk about being able to be a split soul and be on like essentially different dimensions or like universes or galaxies, and like that's why some people like have these really crazy realistic dreams, like they're living another life because they like physically are. Dude, it was a dope fucking book. I really enjoyed it just for like, it doesn't have to be true, but like just for the concept of like a thought.
I mean, I think it's true. Even in like Western science, like matter, if we're considered matter, energy, vibration, and if matter does not die, cannot be destroyed, guess what, baby? Either can fucking we just get repurposed.
Yeah, in somehow, some way. So they talk about it like a source, just kind of like asking it's given, right? So there's a source that we all get closer to. So heaven and hell is not necessarily what we think it is, although it's a kind of a reality. There's graduation levels. So like hell for somebody who's like really bad is more or less isolation time in like the spirit world, where they have to sit back and reflect, and they're more isolated and alone.
imagine that's what hell is. You have to watch everything you did in your life for like a fucking million lifetimes.
Well, you set with your
And
spirit
you just are a
guide.
terrible person.
Like, damn, I was really shitty.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I get it.
I fucking don't want to watch this again.
I get it.
Stop.
Well, and like sometimes too, like hell is like for people. Like I think about like, I thought about my buddy who like essentially killed himself like a heroin overdose. Like a good person, not necessarily a shitty person. Really poor choices who like lived with like a lot of anxiety and fear and stress and couldn't cope with shit. And like to him, like that's what hell's gonna be. It's like, hey, dude, pull back. Like let's watch, let's learn, let's see what you went through.
Let's watch the game tape.
Yeah, and then like, all right,
Break it down.
new lesson.
Yeah.
So like, it was a dope book, and it talks about like, people will come in and out of your life. Like like not a lot of people are permanent besides immediate family. Yeah. So you'll have people who are always in your soul circle, and they appear in your life as something, someone, always, and that's why they're always so familiar with you. You can always bond on a really deep and like intimate level, even though it's not for forever in your life.
Yeah.
It was pretty fucking. It was gangster. It was a gangster-ass book.
This sounds like a pretty fire one.
Do I have a question to start the next segment?
All right.
Then we can be done after this.
Yeah.
Because I have an outside workout to hit still.
I'm about to fall asleep.
So
I'll go my dog outside.
Louis.
He's all sad as fuck when I left.
You knew you were going to chill with Denali.
No, he was just like, well, KK's gone, obviously. And so he was like, what the fuck, bro? Like, you, like
Bro, I thought it was bros weekend.
I thought we were chilling.
all right, I got a question for you guys.
All right.
So you die, and the first thing you see in the afterlife are 3 buttons: the next level, spectate, and restart. Which one do you press and why?
Probably hit spectate for a minute, and then maybe like.
Yeah, but you only get
level up.
one choice.
Oh, really?
What?
Level up then.
Yeah, level up.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
It's like this reality's cool. It's neat. There's some fun stuff to do, but come on.
I'm ready for that next level.
So
shit.
There's
should you
more
spectate
shit.
for forever? Like, what the fuck happens? Because originally I would hit spectate too. I would just sit back and look. I'd be like,
Yeah,
all right,
just
let's
chill for a
reflect.
minute.
Let's see
You
what the
wanna
fuck's going
watch?
on.
You
Well, I
wanna
want to
watch?
see lower level. Where am I at? What just fucking happened? Maybe I don't get to see what next level is, but like before I go hit next level, like maybe I just had a really intense experience on Earth. I'm like, let's just fucking
Yeah.
spectate real quick, dude.
Let's just
see
watch
where
this
I'm
shit
at.
unfold and see
Just
what's
chill for
going
a
on.
minute.
Yeah,
Let me
it's
get my
just-
bearings back. Like that was
Yeah.
a lot.
Dog, I just got fucking killed. I'm fucking shook.
Dog, I just died.
Yeah, like, I'm fucking shook, bro. I was just breathing like 5 minutes ago.
Now I'm not eating shit.
Yeah.
I was a breatharian for 2 months.
You ever do DMT? Because I just did.
Me neither. Damn.
that's fair.
So you're watching, you're spectating.
I don't
I'm
know.
leveling
I guess
up.
how long? Like, is this a permanent spectate? If it's permanent spectate, I would rather be in the game. Let's level up. But if it's like a temporary thing, I'm definitely spectating.
Like how temporary? What if it's a whole nother lifetime of it? What if you have to watch your lifetime back minute for minute?
Ah, fuck, level up.
Yeah.
That shit would be boring.
Yeah, for real.
I like,
But it would be
Like all those grind years, you're like, dude, do something else, please.
Yeah, like, bro. Or it's like me grinding every day. It's like, what was I on?
This is so boring.
I was having no fun.
Taylor.
Taylor's like crying in the parking lot at work. Fuck you, Dad.
Or just watching yourself mindlessly fucking scroll on your phone, just wasting time.
That would be the most depressing.
That would
Fucking
suck.
worst.
Just scrolling.
Dude, imagine watching that and you have to watch every minute. You have no phone to scroll on while you're
Yeah.
watching yourself scroll. You're like, God damn it.
Dude.
Wait, I was reading that. Can you go
There's
back up
probably,
real quick?
there's probably dude, there's probably 1 billion people scrolling on their phone right now.
Yeah.
1
Like,
billion. There's like 7 billion in the world.
Yeah.
I'm going 5 billion.
I'm just saying right now.
No, bro.
Not 5 billion people.
Shut up, Zach. 3 billion of them don't even have phones, bro.
Third world country. All right.
Yeah, not everyone lives in America,
Zach's
bro.
like third world countries. Yeah, bro.
Fuck a third world country, dog. It's a joke. It's a joke.
What, you don't like third world countries, bro? They made your iPhone, bitch.
Yeah, I know.
True.
And guess what? Make it a little cheaper so I don't have to pay so much for it, dude. Come on.
That's Apple's fault. It's not
Yeah,
their
I'm
fault.
just fucking kidding, by the way. That's fucked up that we do that and exploit them. So
Damn.
everybody should be developed by now. My favorite, like, beautiful spots that I've never been to are probably third world. So thanks for
Yeah.
existing.
Tulum's pretty dope. It's like second world though.
Second world, I mean, you can handle second world. Sometimes first world is not even that cool. Like, look at America.
look
look
what
at
we're
all the
doing right
homeless
now.
people in Denver,
We can't even leave our houses right now.
supposedly.
Yeah.
How'd they get here?
What?
How'd they get
We
here?
can't even leave. We can't like do anything. Is my point. We can't go to a fucking
can't do
music
anything.
show or like a restaurant.
Did you know?
You guys moved in?
Nah,
Are the
nah.
bunk beds back up upstairs?
We levitated here.
Let's
Shit.
just do a Wim Hof method.
I would hate to watch Earth after I die. Like I'm trying to get out of here and do some other shit.
Yeah,
Because I'm gonna maximize the output in this life to my fullest potential. I'm not gonna want to come back. I don't want to come back. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to see you guys. I want to see my friends, family, whatever. But I don't want to come back and just like see what Earth is up to, because I feel like that's so fucking boring.
Yeah, I guess my spectation point was more or less like spectating my life and like
Zach's trying to watch himself fuck.
no.
Just put a mirror on
No,
your ceiling.
so
Jesus,
the way
bro,
the way I
record
was
it.
seeing spectating too was being able to overlook everything that's happened even before me, like just being like a whole glimpse of like, whoa, what, like this
The
actual
entirety of it,
reality,
and,
like
yeah.
I think that'd be fucking interesting. So fuck you guys.
Yeah,
I
I
need
know
to
what
watch
you mean,
myself
bro.
fuck. I'm on Pornhub.
You'd be a great porn star, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Real question. You can have one superpower. What would it be?
6-inch dick. I'm not trying to be too greedy.
That's your superpower. Yo, 6 inches.
Taylor just wants to feel comfortable with himself.
God damn, what a lame ass waste of superpower.
Taylor, like before he fucks, is like, so like, you know, I'm just like,
I gotta let you know about something.
I think you're really pretty.
I've been learning a lot about like setting expectations and communication, and like I just want to make sure that we're on the same
Sharky.
page. But all I gotta say is that don't expect too much.
Yeah.
I hope you feel it.
All right,
Because I'm going
back
to.
onto the superpower.
Taylor's like, fuck, it's not true. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Look at my forearm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
it's all right.
Now we're setting the bar a little too high.
That's right.
That's why I was getting uncomfortable with the 6 inches.
I was talking to a girl the other day who I know has a lot of intercourse because she admitted that she does have a lot of intercourse, and she said that she's hooked up with big ones and little ones. The best sex she's ever had was the smallest one.
Wow.
The smallest?
One of the smallest.
I think
Yeah.
she's just trying to make us all feel better about her dick.
No, she had no intent. Like her and I, we're not ever going.
Because
to
that
hook up.
little boy had to put in a little bit more work.
Yeah,
He cared more.
Yeah,
He tried harder.
He moved from side to side, up to down, and like
He's a little
fucking-
scrappy kid. He's like, "No, I'm
Yeah.
coming out here."
Yeah.
He's like,
Dick size is not going to define me.
He's like, I'm not swinging much, but I'm gonna swing it.
I swing it well.
Yeah. Oh, wow. I can't. We just had the most conscious to the most terrible conversation.
Yeah, well, dude,
Yeah, sorry
it's
about
called
that.
range, motherfuckers. Get
Yeah.
some.
But for real though, what would my superpower be?
Superpower.
Mine would either be able to go probably time travel.
Time travel.
That'd be a good
Probably
one.
time travel because you could get rich so fast time travel, bro. Like I'm gonna go back and buy bitcoins and like 5 years from now I'm gonna be rich as fuck. And then like you know what I mean?
Time travel would be sick.
You're just gonna make all the right moves always because you're gonna know what's about to happen.
Nice.
And then it's like, but then it gets into the
Solid.
butterfly effect. Is the butterfly effect real? Are you,
Dude,
are you throwing
yeah.
off the whole course of history with some of these moves?
Yeah.
How does the future change when you change the past?
Oh. I like that. Since I'm already super strong, I'm gonna fly like Superman.
You know what I would do if I could time travel? I would take photos of all the shady people like in their act and then like expose them, the next day, like when they
Yeah.
did their act.
Oh, that's actually dope.
Yeah, and then just be like, be that guy that's like,
You know what I'd do
Like
if I
Robin
could time
Hood.
travel? I'd make a show called The Simpsons.
oh, that's a bar.
That's deep.
Yeah,
Because they did figure that shit out.
Bro,
they did.
everything.
Dude,
all
they
right,
had the God molecule like formula on that shit. Like that doesn't even make sense.
everything. They've had the fucking Ebola virus. They had
they-
Corona.
They had
Yeah.
Kamala.
Trump.
They had Kamala,
Yeah.
a picture of her in her purple suit.
They had
have
Trump
one of
running
the
for
first lady in a
president.
purple.
Dude, what if?
They
Hey,
have it
all right, here's
all.
the theory. What if they're just like making these on the fly and then like saying that they did it and putting it on the internet, like, oh, we had this
I
idea.
don't know, bro.
Nah,
I haven't
dude,
watched
they-
all the Simpsons episodes.
Yeah,
so
you
I
haven't
really
watched
don't
the
know.
episodes.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody has. Maybe
That's what I'm
how
saying.
That's how they get away with it.
That's what I'm
This is
saying.
season one.
Yeah,
But
that's
imagine
what
how
I'm saying.
depressing that'd be as a creator. You're like, nobody's actually seen the episode, so I know them by heart. They're just letting us get away with
And
this.
people
I
are
feel
so
like The
dumb.
Simpsons
They
is
just
a good show. Though.
people
If I
are
had
so
TV,
dumb.
I'd
They
watch
just look.
it.
Yeah, but they just look at the image and they're like, "Oh, I told
that's-
you, bro." But
that's
it's like
social
I've never
media.
seen that episode
Yeah.
with the guy that had like the whole like Burning Man shit. I've never seen that episode before, and people were like, "Oh, The Simpsons predicted it." I've never seen that fucking guy in a Simpsons episode before.
Yeah.
Not once.
Well, I don't watch too much Simpsons, but I know that show never stops fucking making shows.
Yeah, they've been
There's
doing
new
it for like
seasons.
30 years.
Yeah. They probably have an insider scoop. Who fucking knows?
I'm just saying, I've never seen these episodes with all these fucking
What do you
future
mean, bro?
people.
They would have to know what the future of the past. They would have to know what the future is, or be
like
from
I
the
said, they
past.
probably have an insider scoop, but who fucking knows?
Insider scoop of what? The future.
Yeah, no, they can time travel. So you say it, bro. They got an insider scoop. They got a time machine, bro. Just say it. Let's call it for what it is.
Or it could have
Or
been
or crystal ball. Like those are the two options.
They got the resources, you know.
they're plugged up, dog. Don't worry about what they know and how they know it.
Yeah. All
How
right.
they know.
All right. So I'm time travel. You're fucking flying.
Dude, like, hold on,
Gay.
hold on. Gay, dog, hold on. Before you say gay,
Flying stove. I was thinking
what-
about it for a second.
I could rob a bank, fly away. I could fuck your bitch and fly
Bro, you
away.
gotta get out of there, and they're gonna shoot you down, bro. Do
Yeah,
you not
they'll
know about
shoot
the
you.
military
Yeah,
grade
good,
weapons?
bro.
If they find out one of these motherfuckers is flying around,
I'm like,
they're
good.
gonna be like, "Take that motherfucker down."
Yeah, good luck, dog. Good luck.
How fast are you flying?
I fly fast.
You
Bro.
ain't on no Goku shit.
Yeah, dude. Oh wait, hold on.
Go Super Saiyan.
I take it back. I'm going Super Saiyan. I'm going Super Saiyan. Yeah. That's absolutely it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's my superpower.
That's you off a pre-workout.
Should I just go to the gym and troll people one day?
Yeah, let me take a video of you doing it, bro.
It just like act like I'm controlling my energy, shoot it out, and deadlift.
Then just fly it. We edit you flying through the ceiling.
All right, Super Saiyan. Yeah, I like that one. Flyer Super Saiyan, dude. But the real purpose is like I could just go visit anywhere, anytime I really fucking wanted to, at any point. I think that'd be fucking lit, dog.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
You just like fly, like
Yeah.
no cars. Like, I'm just
Bali? Sure, I'm in.
You're like leaving the party, like, hey, I'm gonna dip, y'all. You're camping, need some supplies. I'll be right back.
I got it.
guys.
No worries.
Yeah, it's just dope.
What about you, Zach? You guys are idiots.
Shut the fuck
I'd probably choose to be able just like to heal people with my hands, like use my energy. To,
So
like,
you
heal
already
whatever.
have your fucking
Yeah.
superpower.
Yeah, dude.
He's trying to 10x it
my
without
back's-
putting
Yeah.
in the years.
My
So-
back's feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm feeling
yeah.
fresh.
So
You are healing motherfuckers with your
Yeah.
hands, bro.
No, just like
Jesus
it's like
walks.
a different like level. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
with
like
no-
be able to
with
like
no
use like my
cups, with
energy,
no
like
cups.
literally just like straight up. I think that'd be crazy.
no cups, no needles.
It's definitely possible, bro. I feel like that shit's possible. Like I've seen videos. I remember when I was super into chi, like maybe like 5-6 years ago.
Haven't
I
y'all
wa-
read the Bible?
Yeah, I've watched motherfuckers light fucking newspapers with their hands before, like fucking in
Yeah.
India and shit on YouTube.
People,
Like, if there's
generate
videos
enough
out
heat,
there.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
The Mystics,
it's
dude.
crazy though.
All right, that's a sick one. Bye.
Come on, what do you got? As you called us all idiots. Please
Brian looks
partake.
like a motherfucker that would want to be invisible.
that way I can spy on my
Yeah.
friends and they're having
That way,
sex.
that way people can stop looking at me. Stop fucking looking at me, bro. When I walk by, like, stop looking
Tired
at
motherfuckers
No,
out here using their eyes.
I would probably learn how to make girls come.
Wait, hold on, dude. Girls don't come.
Wait, what's that mean? Yeah, what's that mean?
I don't know. I heard one guy talking about it once. Yeah,
You guys heard about this?
dude, he said it was pretty crazy.
Really? Dude, I'm about to call a few girls up and be like, yo, dude.
Is
you
this
lied-
possible?
You lied to me. You said nobody makes you come, and I heard it's possible.
Yeah. No, I would probably learn how to like be able to shut my eyes and just like figure out the answers to all the questions that I have. Just be like-
know it all.
Be able, to be able to. What's
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So be able to answer, like, if I have a question about, like, for example, like how do I learn, calculus? Like, I want to close my eyes
Just no calculus.
and then I know calculus and I'm like, okay, I can do all these like equations.
Bro.
Like God.
That's gonna happen in our lifetime too. That's
Yeah.
that's a microchip, brother.
I want to be, or if
Are you guys
like,
taking
here's
it?
here's
That's
another good
Google.
one. Here's
Yeah.
another good
That's
one.
Google
If
on
I want to
steroids. That's all
learn,
microchips doing.
if I want to learn all the songs that Mozart created, I want to close my eyes, know that shit, and then be like, all right, I know how Mozart made music.
Pretty much like limitless pill shit.
Yeah, limitless pill.
Yeah.
Use my brain more.
I think this probably isn't gonna happen in our lifetime, but the microchip, when it does get to its most advanced states, is gonna be like that. Pretty much all you're doing is taking everything that's inside this and directly taking this out. You don't need it anymore. Your interface can
Yeah, the disconnect though is, how does that fucking correlate to how your brain functions? Like, your brain is a data machine too. How do you combine another data machine
Yeah.
and your brain, and then like,
You don't know if they'll sync up.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of
honestly.
crossing
You don't-
over, dude, and that's probably taken away from a body's natural ability. We'd be
someone's
better
gonna
off-
die testing the shit out?
Oh,
A lot
you
of
know, a
people
lot of
probably,
people are gonna die
yeah.
doing it, bro. And it's definitely something that's gonna be easily like they're gonna be able to do controls at some point. Maybe, who knows? I don't know how the technology.
They're testing it out on pigs right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be possible, and it's like, how good is it for you as a human being? I don't know. How what's the potential? It's gonna
Yeah.
be, you're gonna be able to do
Huge
anything.
potential,
But-
Yeah.
but we don't know.
You'll
like,
be
the
able to
risk.
know every
Yeah.
language, bro. Google Translate's already a thing. You're gonna be able to talk any language you want in the fucking world, bro.
That's so crazy.
But
to
if-
even
That'd be
comprehend.
Immediately.
Yeah.
We can't even comprehend that.
No.
But dude, if we look back and like just at the potential humans have had in the past of them being able to do like incredible things, like if we wanted to say more human and not get so like AI techy, it'd be worthwhile maybe investigating into it and like the potentials and how to like
It's way lower.
it's way
There's
low.
only been a few people that have really like cracked the code. Tesla is like a good example of one of those people that really just cracked the code on life, but he only cracked it. All these people, like even Mozart, think about that. He cracked the music code when nobody else had yet.
Yeah.
They're all just mastering one area of life. The microchip will allow you to fucking master every area.
Are you
of
taking
life.
it? Would you take it?
I would want to watch other motherfuckers do it first, but
I'll
if-
probably do it.
I would definitely do it, bro. Like just
doing it.
knowing what I want to achieve in my lifetime, like it's cutting it close if I'm gonna be able to do all the shit I want to do with my brain right now. So it's like, and that's if I grind nonstop.
Yeah, but
If you have-
here's it's like a question for you though. So if we were only using like a small fraction of our brain and like continuously developing and incorporating more of that aspect, do you think if we include a microchip that will deter and backtrack that progression because we'll start to just rely on that microchip instead of actually using like our brain's connection?
That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna
Will
take
it
us away
matter?
from being able to be human, dude.
Well, but then if we're not continuously using our brain and creating and developing and evolving, then that technology limit that we have right now is going to be like the cap. There's going to be a cap to it because like unless the AI just
Google's
starts like
kind of
doing
uncapped.
shit. But like we're the people. I mean, we're the sources of Google. Like people
Yeah.
are the sources of it. So like
Yeah, true,
information
true.
that you'll have on your chip are all at its root found and programmed by another person.
Yeah, true.
It's not just anything.
I don't know though. Yeah, but
How they
with the-
program that
But
shit.
AI also like builds on itself and learns from itself. So that's like
Exactly.
there's that unknown.
it's
of,
learning
like,
that all the information might already be on the internet that the computer systems need to
Yeah.
fucking just know everything. These computers just work so much faster than us, bro. Like I have a fucking program on my computer that literally solves 1 billion iterations of a poker hand in literally a minute.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like it's running something it would take I could never possibly do in my lifetime. Literally impossible to do in my lifetime.
Yep.
It can do it in a minute. It would
that's
take me
true.
a whole
Yeah.
lifetime of doing
of
only
impressive.
that.
Just to find like that one hand of
What the
like,
best
yeah.
possible solution to this fucking problem you just
Yeah.
inputted in here is.
Yeah, that would be fair though. Dude, that would make
Yeah.
poker so.
It's already happened. They already have the solvers for it.
I know. I'm saying like if you could do that and go play poker, like World Series of Poker, and you had this chip in your brain, that'd be like,
The thing is, that's
Whose
why
chip is better?
yeah.
It's like yeah.
variance is part of the game. That's why it doesn't really. It's like still no matter what. But that's the best players in the world do it. They study solvers. They run these solvers all day, and they know what all the solvers are doing. They're studying what those are doing. That's what literally all the best players are doing right now.
yeah,
I don't like doing it as much because I just like being a fucking badass with it. But
damn.
but just to know that technology, I've watched this unfold in the poker world and how it's like literally getting to the point where like the game's like almost solved. Chess is like solved. People still play it and have fun with it, but like nobody's beating a computer at chess ever.
Yeah,
It's impossible.
damn, that's trippy.
Yeah. So it's like that's the cool part about it is it's completely uncapped onto what's the potential is. The scary part about it is how do you safely interface that? How much will it hold us back as a human being? Like
Or will it hold us back, or will it
Yeah,
propel us forward? Like that's the thing.
Overall,
we don't
it'll
know.
propel us as like knowing more, but will it hold us back in the areas of hey, we're not thinking for ourselves, we're not making educated decisions. Like all of our computers are based off of machine learning, but we're not making the best decisions for like Earth and being a living being, which is what we ultimately evolved for. But maybe humans are just here to fucking make machines and robots. Maybe that's all of our purpose is in
We've
this
been
universe.
doing for years.
Literally.
Maybe that's what our purpose is to create the technology, bro. Maybe we grew up out of the fucking cells that couldn't do shit and couldn't think at all, and they were like little amoebas in the ocean. Then they crawled out, and then they became this, and then they grew into that, and then they became monkeys, and then they became humans, and now we're fucking creating the next wave that's just gonna render us useless. We've rendered every other animal on the planet useless in our eyes. We're gonna create technology. Technology is gonna do the same thing to us. And one way Elon Musk put it is like we have two options. Like this shit's gonna grow way smarter than us. Eventually, it's gonna be able to function better than us too. We can either team up with it or we're gonna get overrun by it one day. Those are our two options.
It's like that iRobot shit.
Yeah, it's like you got two choices right now.
When
It's-
Jesus comes back, though,
yeah, you have three options right now. It's either we stop making technology.
Can't wait to fist bump Jesus.
we either stop making technology altogether, right, and we stop this whole artificial intelligence movement. Pretty unlikely at this point. We either team up with the technology, interface ourselves with it, be able to like grow with it and symbiotic with it, or the shit takes over. The shit gets smart enough. It renders us a fucking dumbass little dwarfs that are just fucking walking around here, blowing shit up, ruining the earth. Like we're just destroying everything that we come in contact with. Any computer that runs a calculation on what we're doing to the earth right now, it's probably not hard to tell. It would be better off without us. And they
Take them out, we'll be
we're-
good.
Yeah, take them out. We'll be straight. Like we got everything we need now. And then they just create their whole fucking droid army and fucking then Anakin Skywalker's got to fight off in the fucking distance for us. Fuck.
Damn.
what a bomb!
Those
All
are
right.
those are our three options. So you guys pick. I'm teaming up with technology.
That's a flip side thought if I've ever heard of one.
That is a flip side thought for sure. Zach, what do you got? What's your final words to close this bitch out?
Lead us in a prayer.
Jesus.
Sweet baby Jesus.
5 pound, 3 ounce, baby
3 ounces.
Jesus.
Fuck. I don't know how you guys close it. I don't fucking know.
Dude, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, dude. Your health is so important.
Health is wealth, baby. Don't forget. 2 Chainz coming out, spit some truth on everybody.
Dude.
Health is wealth, that you can't get that shit back, and if you do, it takes a long ass fucking time to get back to where you were. So
1 month for every year.
Yeah.
preventative is great. Listen to those signs your body's telling you, and let's get healthy, baby.
Yeah.
That's
Be
the flip
fucking
side.
thankful.
That's the flip side. Zach always dropping those fucking no shit quotes out here.
No shit quotes. Hey, have some goddamn gratitude for my fucking quotes. And follow me on Instagram.
All right, cool. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit us with that follow on Instagram. Go follow Zach. He posts cool stories. Sometimes he's whipping up fucking witches potions over there. So maybe we'll get in that on the next episode. But thanks for tuning in.
This is the flip side.
Appreciate you.
Bang.